everyone, and welcome back to the fabled, long-lost RagTags.
It's time!
Sponsored by Ragu.
I have no memory of this place.
Don't worry. Hello, chat. I
been
almost called them
84
taters. I
years.
thought this was my chat for a second.
Taters!
What's up, taters? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's feed the cats.
Oh my god, if you
Oh my
subscribe,
God.
I'll write your name on my face.
Don't forget to check our Patreon. That's it. For every person that subscribes today, Brad's going to write your name on his face. So please do. Thank you.
I've got hearts I'm gonna put on my wall back there.
I'll give you
Oh,
a
I got
smile.
balloons. I literally do have balloons.
Okay, well there we go.
For every person that subscribes, what I'll do is throw another goblin into the game somewhere, waiting.
Somewhere in the game. It's in a city miles away.
There are millions
One of those
of goblins in the
permanent
world.
crystals.
But yeah, there's just a
Oh,
fucking.
It's nothing we have to worry about, but it'll be in.
It'll be there.
It'll just be there.
It's just a cave. It's not accessible. There's no exits or entrances. Just goblins piling up. There's popping through
Like
portals.
that room in Fallout 76. It's just full of goblins.
Oh, it's like the vault from Fallout 3, the Gary vault. They're all
Oh
the same
God,
goblin.
Gary.
They're all called
They
Gary.
all just go
Harry.
Gucci boy.
Good boy.
Oh my god, that was the creepiest quest ever. That was
That's pretty
so
terrifying.
horrific.
That was pretty. Oh look, Brad, there's some names for you to write on your face.
Oh,
He's gone.
Oh wow, we've lost him. We actually.
Oh, he
had
went to go get a
harrowing-
pen.
Yeah, he's going to get a Sharpie.
We had a harrowing trial today of trying to get Zot's PC online. So Brad prays in the chat. Tables
And
to
subscribe to Zot so we can afford a new PC.
Thank you. He's gonna need to replace his CPU before next Thursday. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment in his description. I was gonna say info section, but that doesn't really work.
If you buy my merch, I'll like throw him $1 or something.
Gonna get nuggies.
Oh, there. See the Brad prays. We need a table story pray emote. Do you actually have
We
a?
have one. It's called Tables to Bus.
No, I meant the. I actually have a marker. What's the? Oh,
What am I
What
doing?
would be
Nothing.
what's he doing?
Same energy. Exact same energy.
I was just pouring my G Fuel into this Vertigo Gaming mug.
That's amazing.
I'm
Oh,
so
that's
proud.
all I was doing there.
Can Vertigo Gaming sponsor Table Story? Do you guys
Vertigo.
think?
I think he definitely can.
Vertigo
He told me
Gaming.
how much money he has in the bank the other day. Vertigo
Okay.
Gaming.
So
And
that he can definitely sponsor us.
I was like, what the fuck? How is that even a number? It was crazy. And then I was like, oh, hang on, it's Australian dollars, which are like Canadian dollars. They're not real. They don't really count.
Oh yeah, so it's like triple
Do
conversion
Australians
to
have-
real money.
Like
I
the
converted
fake
it.
money too. Like how did?
What do you
Australian
mean by
pretty
that?
much.
Australians
What do you
just
mean the fake money?
Like we have
Well,
money.
okay, so Canadians have like the really weird plasticky money.
that weird
And,
monopoly money.
What
Yeah.
if?
Let
What
me
about
see.
Australians? Do they have-
Australian.
Yeah, they do.
No,
Aus
they
money.
don't have any money. They just fight each other and trade
Oh, they
alligator
do.
skins.
They do. It's really pretty.
They
colored.
trade in shears.
Ooh.
That's
Okay.
what they do.
See, they have their money colored as well. This is why American money. I hate
Is
it.
America just like falling behind at this?
Apparently,
I mean,
Wait, you're only asking the
Fall?
euro?
the euro is really weird too, because the euros they're all different sizes. Like Canadian money, okay, Canadian ruples. All right, they are consistent through and through. Each bill is a certain color. They're all the same size. They stack really nicely and perfectly. They all line up perfectly as well. Oh,
Who
oh,
uses cash?
oh.
Yeah,
I know
listen,
I
man.
barely ever see cash.
Peachy. All right.
I give my cut to Elon on PayPal. All
Things
right?
only just got legalized here, okay, Peachy? All right.
What, cash only just got legalized. Were you trading before snowballs? Oh, there, but I give you 4 ice
Yeah,
cubes.
us and our fucking gravel roads. For like 3 hours on his City Skyline stream yesterday about how Canada only had gravel roads.
I mean, you live in a pretty nice area. I'm sure the gravel there is a little more.
Yeah, Toronto's got packed gravel. We call it.
Yeah,
They got
actually,
that colored gravel, the yellow stuff. Oh,
the yellow stuff. Okay.
high class.
Wait, yellow stuff as in like yellow snow?
Is that
what
what yellow pea?
Oh god.
I'm
Yellow
talking about
snow?
yellow snow, right? I thought
That's
that
what-
was actually Canadian roads too. It was
That's
just,
what
like,
the
packing
northern
snow.
Canadian towns. They only have the
Oh,
polar
okay.
bears.
That's how they defrost their roads. There.
Yeah, they get a polar bear to come through. There's a Mountie on a polar bear. There ain't there, big chungus. Come on, let her go.
Yeah, big chunk.
Come on, drain the tank there, buddy. Come on.
Wait, are polar bears like the camels for the snow?
No, that's moose. I wish, man. I wish we could ride polar bears or moose. I almost said meese.
Meese. I wish I could ride a meese.
If you could ride a moose, you would be a dangerous adversary for anybody.
If you got near a moose, you'd be a dangerous adversary.
It's quite true.
I just want to hide on a moose for the rest of my life. Defend me from Brad. Every time Brad makes fun of me, just spear Brad.
I just got the weirdest image in my head.
Yeah, that's okay.
And it wasn't even what you're thinking about. It's not a physical moose. It's a moose now talking shit on the internet to Brad. Yeah.
No one's talking
yeah.
shit
Like
on
a
the
chocolate
internet to
mousse.
me.
If you guys have moose in your name, in your username, please tweet at Buffwodo and bully Brad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bully Brad.
I summon a moose. I summon a moose. That's what Soul Redeemers can do in the private Tablestory one-shot games. He can just do that because it's his money.
Like
Summon a moose. They're like, fuck yeah, dude. You pay us $250 a month.
He's
Yeah.
saying-
fucking
There you
hydras.
go.
he's saying he wants to summon a moose, but I'm pretty sure he has a spell that lets him summon steed anyway, so he can do that. That's what I think he's a paladin and he can summon steed. So
Oh, it doesn't have to be a horse?
No.
no.
In Tablestory Ascendance, General Mittens, his steed was a fucking goat. It was a giant
He
mountain.
rode a goat.
Yeah, man. I can't remember what it was named, but
Oversized goat.
it was an
Bigglesby
absolute
now.
pervert, just like his character.
Oh, great.
We call everything
Bigglesby was
Bigglesby.
able to
him.
Just like him. He was, dude. He was. All right. Hey, do you guys want to play some D&D? You guys ever done that before?
I really
Have you
don't
played
think I have.
D&D in the new year yet? I mean, it's been
No.
It's-
Yes, I
Peachy.
have.
How long
because-
has it been?
Not as a player.
A month?
Because
a
I
month?
care.
It's been a while.
And I
Brad's
care
not as a
for
player.
every show
3 months?
on Tablestory.
Yeah, we had.
It's been
I
6 months.
care.
I was on Xmas vacation for 2 weeks, and then what is it? I arrived on the Thursday, and then I was in the fucking ER last week. So I'm sorry, everyone. Didn't even expect it. It wasn't even worth anything. It was. I got sent there for 8
I
hours.
don't think
and they were
anyone
like-
expects to go
I don't
to
know,
the
man.
ER.
Yeah. That, I
well,
mean,
okay, I
I
guess.
feel like
but it was like
in the name.
it was like a regular checkup, you know, and then she was just like, "Well, it could
You're
be
going to
serious,
fucking die.
but it could not be
Could be
serious."
dying.
And I was like, "Can you like tell me what you think it is?" And she's like, "I can't tell you anything until you come back from the ER." And I was like, "Okay, cool, all right."
and we don't want you to panic, but
We're not allowed to talk
Yeah.
about
Don't
it.
panic,
Don't freak
but
out.
we can't tell you
But
until
you're
you
probably
sign this
dying.
waiver.
Chances are dying.
Oh man.
chances are dying.
The waiver's just like, I have a really healthy kidney, and they just can't tell me they need to get it out like right now. They're like, "This is the most healthy kidney in the world." Oh my god, don't let them know.
I feel like the responses are just like a magic 8-ball. They just shake it like, how good is this guy? Okay,
oh,
we're
wow.
gonna see.
Oh, bud, you see that? He's got one extra tube in the heart there. Let's get that sucker out. Come on. And then they
Last
send me
episode
over.
was
Oh, no,
on
it's too
that-
full. We can't sedate him today. Send him back at another
Oh,
day.
episode 12 was on December 20th. I thought he said episode. It was on the 12th of December. Was the last episode. I was about to lose my mind. That'd have been a month. That'd have
Yeah,
been
no, we
over
played a
month.
day before I left, or like 2 days.
Yeah, that was
Basically,
Yeah.
what you're saying is it was Zotbot's
been a
fault.
month.
It's all been Zot's fault. The
Yeah.
I mean, we
I
were gonna
did
play-
hear that.
Thoughts to what they
I didn't
found.
believe
there was
it.
something in my perfectly healthy kidney that I ate at Zotbon's house last year when I went over to his place for Thanksgiving. So technically, still his fault.
I think this is correct, except for I think it was Christmas.
Yeah.
Was it Thanksgiving or Christmas?
No, it was Thanksgiving. I went to your place for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it was.
Yeah.
Which meal do you usually poison? So it's easy to figure out.
I mean, you'll see a giant hole in it. You know, it's a
Oh, that's
pies or.
that's why there was a crater in the turkey.
it a
poison. All
Crater,
right.
you say. Thank you. I wasn't going to talk about it, but
All right.
crater.
Let's play some
Jay's
Dungeons and Dragons.
Jay's words.
Yeah.
It was a crater.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh man. Okay. So you guys all finish your homework that I assigned you? You guys all yeah?
mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to Tuesday. She didn't like first. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give you guys a little intro. Back to where you are. Kind of what the fuck?
Brad,
What is happening?
let me know.
I
How
watched
was
his
that
whole
ice?
face. Go back if you're watching this on a VOD. Go back and watch his face. Watch me. There's probably a point where I'm typing something in, and then watch me start watching him, and then watch him clock and realize what I typed, and go through about 400 different emotions.
Yeah, no, I looked at.
I know.
Before it made me laugh.
Wow. Okay. That's definitely a dick, by the way, Zod. That's a dick, dude. You guys should.
That is not a dick.
That's a dick.
Wait, yours has teeth?
It's a tooth.
Come on, Peachy. Have you seen mine? You think they grow like this just up here?
You know what? Listen, okay, it's a little. That's
Cock. It's just
Billy,
all about the cock.
big-eyed baby beholder. That's Billy, the big-eyed baby beholder. Okay,
Yeah.
That's
so
Sure
Yeah.
it is. But
yeah.
Billy the big.
We all name our
beholder.
dicks, dude.
Yes,
It's
a
okay.
beholder.
Yeah, that's what I call it too.
Yeah.
All right.
You know how
hmm.
beholders are famous for lots of eyes and penises have one eye? But sure, that's a beholder right there.
well, fuck. That's the tip. All right, there it is. Chat, you have your way
Can't
with it.
unsee.
I'm never gonna stop. I actually have to tab out of Tablestory to do this intro now. A few days ago, we didn't see Zot's penis emote. You were ambushed while having, as apparently I've written, breakfast. I didn't put a T. Breakfast. You were ambushed while having breakfast, fleeing after victory until some riders started to close in on you. You were chased down this cave complex, and driven deep underground from a roving group of bandits, which you guys found out were named the Burning Thorns. And a thuggish leader that you had fought said he was hunting a member of your party, Kale Wynn, by name and description. And both your new party members, Kesh and Megan the Baylor, sorry, they seem, you two are a little familiar with Peakcliff. You guys have both expressed both disdain and some knowledge of it. And so after this harrowing journey under the temple of Mistral that's been long and forgotten, you encountered some phasing spiders, which we found out Megan the Baylor was absolutely terrified of. You, Taldro, and Kale, you lost two of your friends and companions just as you had entered, and then you all shared in a close skirt with a goblin city just on the very bottom floor. You avoided traps and all said goblins and then said spiders, and then eventually found your way out, leaving the musty air behind you. You still got Barnaby, the gnomish merchant that you've been kind of begrudgingly escorting, as he was the one that was serving you breakfast while you were ambushed a couple days ago. And he's currently sitting there rubbing his eyes right now. Drake Thornquest, the old man that Megan accidentally freed from his 700-year imprisonment. He had told you a short tale about looking for his brother and being trapped in a stone that you had touched and kind of swapped places with, and then you guys tapped that stone on literally every living thing that you could find and changed it in and out of that plane. He got kind of close with all of you and promised that he would try and lead away these bandits and kind of provide a distraction so you could get to the mountains. So it's been 2 days since you've seen the light of sun. You guys stand huddled in this cave. Kale, you've been asleep for probably a couple of hours. I think you're waking up right now to them talking a little bit about, I think you guys were last talking about where you wanted to go. Mm-hmm. And as you guys look out from the cave here, kind of get that little bit of a semicircle opening, and you can see across the waist-high grass. It's gotten a little higher in this northern end of the map where you are. Are you guys currently on the world map? I think you are, but
I think so.
There we go. If that's your current screen there, then this is what
I see the ring. I'm just not sure.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were on that. Roll20 was messing up. So, you stand there currently with kind of the sun's light. It's about like afternoon light kind of bleeding in. A couple of you have some little sensitivity to the light as you're just kind of resting here. I think, like I said, last you were discussing where you all wanted to go. As Kale wakes up a little bit of a breeze kind of coming in through the cave. You can smell fresh air, Kale. I think that's the first thing that you smell. Mm-hmm. But as you look up, the three of them are currently kind of like huddled and talking. What do you guys want to do?
So they're all awake, and I've just woken up.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You had fallen asleep a little bit into the caves there.
Sure.
Just as you were kind of escaping. Oops, sorry.
Mm-hmm. So I'll probably sit up and They'll know when they see me what I'm doing, but I kind of just meditate for a few minutes every morning. So I'm no longer AFK. I'm up and meditating, and I'll mingle momentarily.
Yeah, you guys hear her get up behind you all.
Is it actual like morning, or is it just kind of like maybe
it's about noon?
Noon? Okay.
Pretty much dead noon. Yeah.
Okay. And there was like smoke and activity a little bit to the, I think it was to the east. You were saying last time.
Yeah, give me all of you guys give me perception checks, and we can kind of refresh that, get that scene back in your mind's eye.
I'm desperately trying to remember what the hell has been happening.
22.
A 22 there, bud. Sorry, I gotta get
17.
There we go. We got an 18 from Taldro, 22 from Kesh, 17 from Kale, and a 13 from Peachy Pixel.
Oh, I'll roll again. My bad. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Pixel
it was a 19, actually.
Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? I'll give you the 13 still. I'll give you so anything just before, what do you guys, anything you guys are specifically looking for as you're looking out, or you just surveying the land right now?
I'm always looking out for those fucking people coming to get us.
Okay. The Burning Thorns?
Riders or anyone that looks similar.
Yeah, those are the same guys that had chased you across the plains, and as you were kind of getting into that little cave, before you had kind of truly realized you were trapped in there, you guys can pretty clearly remember around this area there were a bunch of them riding around in a kind of looked like a herd. Like it was just a bunch of them on their horses and kind of going around. I think you can still hear the horns every now and again from the south, but I think with all you guys roles there, Megan, you and Kale, you can start to see the tribe that you had seen previously up in the north here. You can see it kind of moving and almost what's the word, like circling. It's not that drastic because they're quite far away, but I think the landmark that you would make out is the statue of Mistra, that you had gone into that cave. Kind of seems like there's still a very, very large convergence of the Burning Thorns, and on their horses, it looks like they've set up some small camps while you've been down underneath for the past couple of days.
Okay, so we are south of there by what?
You guys are to the north. Sorry, you traveled out north.
Okay, so that statue is now south of us.
Yeah, you can see them moving down south.
By roughly like how far?
Give me a sec. Because I know that's about it's a certain amount of travel away, but I don't know. I don't own. Oh, I do own.
I just don't have a sense for how far we went underground.
I'd say you with I mean, you guys couldn't have measured it, right? So I'd say you know you're about a day's travel away.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. I can't give you like an exact one in feet because it's still
Sure. But do we get the sense that if we pop up, they're not going to like directly see us right away?
You can roll me an insight real quick.
Sure.
You're far enough that like from the human eye, you would know that they're not gonna see you. They're pretty far away.
Okay.
Yeah, a little band of them. Okay, perfect. You can see a little band of them again circling around this statue and tower. Recognize that you're way far north than where you guys started.
Okay.
On a 23, yeah, I think you'd pretty easily know that like if you walked out, those guys to the south, they're way far away. They probably wouldn't be able to see. As you guys look out a little bit more,
I don't know.
We lost sight.
Oh no.
Kesh just not actually. We'll get him back here in a second. But if something happened to his PC, he'll tell us. Maybe he just dropped. But yeah, so you can see bandits moving to the south a little bit. There's they've congregated around seemingly where you guys have left.
Mm-hmm.
The small cave network that I've pointed out a couple times to you guys, the two peaks where the hill giants had been headed. As you look over, it's a little bit closer, a little bit more to your east now, kind of touching up to the mountains.
Okay.
You can see to the southeast there.
Fixed it.
Oh, thanks. You can see to the southeast there is that the small encampment in the burrow of trees that I described a couple of sessions ago. They are the ones that are blocking you from currently getting to this orc encampment.
Sure. Okay.
Sorry, I have the the world map is the only thing I can do this on. If I find a better way to show the horizontal stuff here, I will definitely do it.
Yeah, no worries. It works.
I know it's a little confusing, but you've got the
I wouldn't
giant
worry
stuff
too much,
to the
Jay.
east. Okay.
Brad's fixed it, so it's fine.
What?
What? This isn't good
I
enough?
can't even see it. I didn't even fucking look at the stream.
I don't know what
Hold
you're
on,
talking
hold on.
about. It looks fucking
Wait, can
great,
we like
right?
hold on? Can I just like zoom the top portion of the stream to there? Does that work? It probably won't work.
Half of these characters aren't even in it.
There
It just
you
has
go.
to be this.
The character doesn't exist
It
anymore.
just has to
Yeah.
be this. There's the other two
There you
aren't
go.
even in there yet. So
There you go.
this is all we've got for now.
Let's see. We'll just give Zod a message just in case. That's all I said to him, guys. Was I'm gonna keep going on with the perception check here because it's good knowledge to get you guys in the session a little bit here. So again, you've got the bandits moving down to the south. I just saw the cameras.
I'll try and fix it.
It's okay. It's okay. You got the bandits that have moved down to the south to your previous location. The hill giant
Wow.
home that you've continuously seen as you've been traveling across the plains here. That's pretty drastically close to the east for you. To the southeast is this orc encampment. You can see it kind of nestled in the walls. There are a couple of like rudimentary defenses kind of pushed up and into the wall. It looks like they're defending a cave. And just a little bit in front of that, you can see a couple more Burning Thorns members that have camped out in the trees. Pretty similar to the smaller camp that you ran into first when you were camping with Barnaby.
Okay.
And everything here across the plains, you can see, like as you look at it a little bit more, you can see small like lanes. Give me a nature check if you guys want, just to know what they are. But you can see these small lanes that kind of intersect a couple of plots into a grid-like pattern. They're 10. They're quite overgrown. I think you can tell they're farmers' plots still. Like old kind of given up farmland. You can tell like it hasn't been worked on in quite a long time, but the paths and the footways that they've used still remain. So there's kind of like you kind of looking out over like I guess the best visual to give would be like a defunct like wine valley. There's just plenty of like trees and burrows and tall grass has grown into these like really nice rolling farmers plots. But I think it from here, it also looks like good cover as you're running around. There's small, old, crumbling cottages and houses kind of decorating and speckling the land here all around, and plenty of trees that kind of start to transition. As this goes from pure grassland and flatland and more into like a tundra or whatever it used to be, the landscape kind of starts to change a little dramatically. So, hold on. One of you rolled... He's not here. I'll tell. There's a small like group of hooded figures that Kesh spots kind of out in the distance. They seem to just be like walking at a very slow gait. Probably
Which direction is that in?
That's more to the east southeast, kind of right out in front of your peripheral here of the cave. They're wearing like brownish, like light beigeish robes. Doesn't seem to be any bulk on them. Just seem to be walking at a slow pace. And there's, I think you guys see the lights of like another caravan, kind of similar to when you had first seen Barnaby off in the distance. Kind of the same. Like there's a 2-cart caravan coming from the south past. They'll eventually probably pass the forest here that those bandits have hidden.
I'm gonna sneak up on Kale.
Oh dear.
Well, I'm just naturally sneaky, so I'm just walking towards you. But...
Oh, okay. So it's not an intentional sneak; it's an incidental sneak.
And yeah, an accidental sneak. Oh, what's occurring?
I don't think I gasp or anything. I think you just see my shoulders like jump.
Oh, that thing. I hate it when that happens.
It sucks. I don't know. Do you see them south? There's so many. We can't I can't go that way.
Is that where the cave was?
It is.
Oh, shit. Well, we ain't going that way.
And which ways are you pointing?
Where all the people are.
Oh, got you. South.
Are we gonna go down to the? It was a well, right? Was it a well?
I
Can
don't.
anyone tell me if it was a well or not? I think it was a well. So I'm
It's,
Oh, I
gonna
didn't know if you were asking.
It's like
her.
a. Yeah. If you're asking in character, do you say that in character?
No. I
was a well.
just want to. If we're gonna go to the well,
We don't exactly know. It's been called like a fountain.
well, if you want to go to the fountain, are we going to the fountain?
What?
Because we still haven't made a decision if we're going to the fountain or not.
I need to talk to Taldro. I'm just sitting there with my brow furrowed, like looking upset. I feel very surrounded.
Mm.
I feel like
Are you awake?
I feel like this is straight after we came out of the cave, right? Have we been asleep or
Yeah.
anything? Then,
No,
yeah.
no.
I'm probably like, maybe I'm away. I'm like scouting around a little, and I'll come back. What do you want?
Look how many of them there are.
I do not know what to do.
We can't go that way, can we? Look at it. It's like bad or something.
I think. What do you want to do, Kale?
Well, I think since they're after me, maybe I should go north to Peakcliff.
Then,
Wait, aren't you gonna die if we don't get to the fountain?
then the fountain is possibly able to cure Kale. We do not know. It is a
Well, the
rumor.
fountain's closer, isn't it?
Well, we wanted to go there, but that was before.
Yeah, but you don't want to go to Peak Cliff, though.
We keep saying that, but why?
It's Mingin. Got it.
Translation, please.
Translation? No, most of them speak common.
Mingen.
Mingin. It's Mingin. Ach a fi. Dydy machen.
I think you just see me kind of like looking real confused.
It's not nice.
See, Barnaby's like giving you the same blank stare, Kale.
Oh, okay. He thinks it's Mingen too.
Barnaby's well up on all the weird shit I say.
I mean, out of character, are we really closer at this point? We've had to go north, so
Well, where that circle is, right?
yeah, we're the ring.
Yeah, you guys are the circle.
And the axe is towards the fountain. And Peak
Yes.
Cliff's like all the way up the top.
Peak Cliff is all the way up here. Roll 20 just doesn't like working.
Oh yeah.
There we go. It's all the way up there. The fountain that you guys were told it was in this area of the pink hex.
Oh,
Actually,
it's only 30 feet away, look.
so each hex is about a day of travel. You guys can like if you say if you were to start using the kind of medium height grass here, that would extend the day of travel here by a little bit. You'd be taking longer if you were going sneaky and trying to duck down. But if you just started to book it, you could take an exhaustion point at the end of the day, but get there quicker. Kind of like how we did in Dustvale, if you remember that Tuesday. That was kind of the exact same thing that I was going for here.
Is this down there where the fountain is?
Yeah, so I'm trying to get a
So through the mountains, we're talking 3-4 days.
there we go. Orc. Just so you guys can have a here we go. So Wortman in town, back in Finbar. Give me my little orc boy. Come on, give me him. I didn't want two. I just wanted the one. So Wortman in Finbar, he had told you that his accomplice or one of his colleagues, Brightleaf Bristlebark, was out here in the east studying a fountain of youth or some kind of power or some kind of everlasting life. He had recommended that you find him, and he might be able to tell you where the fountain is. And he had said he didn't know where in the mountains it was, but Brightleaf Bristlebark had sent a letter from an orc encampment, and he knows where that orc encampment is. So he's pointed you there to hopefully find Bristlebark, and then hopefully to find the fountain.
Do you think they know where we're headed?
Well, they know where we were. Look at them.
It is strange that they are able to locate you.
Oh, is it magic?
Possibly.
Oh.
Jay, I'd like to be able to tell if it's magic.
That they're detecting you in some way?
Yeah, I don't know anything about magic. I have like no spells on that.
If you have, give me an Arcana check.
Disadvantage because I don't know anything about it? Or...
No, just give me an Arcana check.
Oh, check this out.
Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry.
Get lucky. No, I can't.
I mean, I feel like when he says that, I would want to do a check as well.
Okay.
Or I would try to reason out if that was happening.
Yeah.
Nine
Megan,
as well.
you start to look around. Just looking, if there was magic, it'd be here, right? Like maybe there's like an eye following you guys around or something. There's nothing. Kale, you try to like study a little bit more in your mind and thinking of previous maybe presences of magic. I don't know precisely rather what you guys are looking for.
I would be looking for because what I immediately think of is there an object in my pack that I acquired, in Finbar, that has some kind of spell on it or something. That's what I would be rooting.
Okay.
To,
Yeah.
like,
I'd just be trying to figure out if there is such a magic that can locate person. Or something like that.
just like that.
Trying to look for like a mirror in the wall somewhere. Like there's gotta be someone watching us. Where are the cameras? Yeah, I don't think you get any feeling there. Maybe it's like your first time you've been able to actually just and feeling around you can't really sense anything, Kale. Not with that. Seems fine.
I don't know. It's possible.
I don't even know any spells to stop other spells. You know magic, Chaos. Stop it.
It doesn't work like that.
I mean, it's magic. It works like magic.
But I can't see it or feel it.
Well,
So
did
if
you
it-
know any spells?
Of course.
Like, who's following me spell?
Uh,
Is that a spell?
I'm not sure if that's a spell, and I'm looking up at Taldro like, is this guy serious?
Barnaby's. He's yeah. That's it. You could definitely get one of those for cheap.
See?
For cheap.
Yeah.
How much?
My friend, I wouldn't know. I do not carry those types of wares, but if we get to Peak Cliff, I can take a look into one, maybe for about 12 gold for you.
What?
But he kind of carries on. He's not to cut in here. Sorry, my friends, but we I don't think we're being followed. They kind of look like they're over by where we left. So maybe that cave-in did us some good.
But they found us in the first place, no?
Yeah, they did. So maybe there's maybe there's kind of spies on the wind or something like a.
Yes. Do you think the burning thorns would follow us into a town? Megan, if we go to Peak Cliff?
I don't know, mate. I've seen people like that in a town, right?
Yeah, give me a quick history check too. You've definitely seen some no-gooders and thugs about Peakcliff.
I've seen exactly 2.
I mean like a whole, like the whole fucking all of them.
Well, probably not all of them, but how many does it take to kill a
Yeah.
really sick woman?
Well, they have not done it yet.
No offense, you are really sick and a woman.
Kale
She
is
is.
tougher
Stop
than
looking
she
at me like
looks.
that.
Yes, you try kill Kale. She has a few tricks up sleeves.
I'm not trying to. What tricks?
Yeah, she does all sorts of things that I do not understand.
Yeah, but if she was well, like a Nosik, then she could be better at the tricks.
She would be able to run faster too if she was an ostrich. Alas, she is
That's
not.
true. Do you know any of those spells?
An os? What?
The creature that like a big chicken.
Ah,
Oh,
thought it was something else.
What do you think then? You think we should attempt to get to the well? If they are going to follow us or they are tracking us, they will find us anyway, no? Perhaps we can use this opportunity to at least get close enough to the well to look. If we do not see anything or we feel it is too dangerous, we will turn and we will head for Peak Cliff.
Well, look, it's going to take us like a week to get to Peakcliff, right? Maybe longer if we got to hide from these people.
I am scared that we will show up for them again if they are tracking us in some way. If we get a head start now to Peak Cliff, we will be able to stay ahead of them. If we head south and then north, they will find us, no? They might be able to head us off. Then we
But
cannot
if they're
get back to
tracking
Finbar.
us, then they'll go south. And then we can go north, no problem.
But we will be cornered. We will not be able to head back to Finbar, and we will not be able to head to Peak Cliff. We will have to head into the mountains with these creatures. There's a dragon in those fucking mountains, no?
Is a what? Like an actual dragon?
Our two-headed ogre friends, or a big dragon in the mountains on the travel here.
Dragons are like. No, I don't know.
I
No, thank
point
you.
north though, because he saw it. I think he saw it like up here somewhere.
Yep, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, it's about where he had seen it coming out.
I do not want to travel deep into the mountains if it is hunting grounds for big dragon, no?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
But maybe the dragons will help us with the bandit problem, no? If
Do you
there
know
are
you
lots
get a
of them.
dragon to help you? Gold, lots and lots of gold.
Yes, but there is only a small amount of us hiding in these mountains. There is a lot of them on horses. Perhaps traveling through the mountains would not be the worst idea, you know? Now that I come to think of it.
How long would it take in the mountains to get there? Like a fortnight?
It's gotta be just
If we went
difficult
through the-
terrain, right?
Like double the time?
Oh, like yeah, if you went through, yeah, it'd be a bit more difficult terrain unless you like found any shortcuts, unless you found a path. It's like at this point as well, like Barnaby kind of he's like, I have traveled through the mountains before, buddies. There are some paths they could travel. You know, they could also travel on horses along those paths. But if you take the top of the peaks, then you can just kind of spill into Peak Cliff from the the top of the mountain, right? So
This may actually be our best route. Since they have horses, even if they try to follow, they will not be able to easily catch us, which was a problem before in the plains. They would at least have to get onto foot. Only their scouts would find us, and then we could pick them off. They do not appear to be the strongest fighters.
I think you're
Oh.
right, Taldrew. I don't think we should go south.
You do not think we should try the well?
Well, then they could just cut us off if we tried to go north from there.
But we will be in the mountains already. I say we head into the mountains now. stay in the mountains for the. We head south. We scout this well. If we find the well is able to cure you, then all we have to do is hide and escape. We can keep heading east into the mountains until we lose these bandits.
Does anyone know if there's a dock down south or anything?
Roll a history check.
I do not think we need a doctor. They have tried everything so far.
No, not a doctor. Docks.
20.
Yeah, you would know of a small cove. It's actually right here on the map underneath the Chimera. You guys see that tiny little tower there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a small cove that's not really it's not really in operation anymore. As in, like, it's not really a thriving like city it once was, but it's just been kind of relegated to the people that refuse to leave now.
There's like this sort of fishing village. They used to do smuggling down there. Up into Peak Cliff. Horses can't go on water.
Worst comes to worst, maybe we can escape via this cove, find a small boat or something. Even if we travel by water away from them, that would help.
All right. South, then.
We are close enough now that I think it is worth it to head into the mountains and at least look for this well, this fountain. If it is able to cure you, then it is worth it. It does not matter where we go. We can go to Peak Cliff, we can go to the cove, we can go back to Finbar, as long as we avoid these bandits.
Gotta be careful of the orcs as well.
Of course. We will be having to deal with them when we get there. I assume that they are not friendly orcs, no?
I have no idea, but
You do not.
how many friendly orcs do you know?
A couple.
I think I can hear them shouting now.
You want me to roll a history check?
Kale and Teldra, yeah, you both roll it. Just a quick history check.
13.
Wortman
11.
told you they were on both 11. Oh, it just popped up. 10 was the DC. Wortman told you that they were actually friendly.
Oh, right. Yeah, he said we could go to that encampment. Okay. Recalling that now.
I don't know if I was. I don't think he told me anything, by the way.
Right. You were sort of in the room eating a chicken.
I was eating a chicken in the room.
Yeah, you were nomming that down.
So I would, I'd say,
We have it on good authority that these are friendly orcs.
Friendly orcs.
Just,
What have I
just
gotten
these
myself into?
ones.
Just these ones. These are just magical friendly orcs.
Well, I don't know that they're magical, but they are friendly.
No, I was pointing out that. All right, whatever.
I'm like scratching my tusks.
little nub coming up.
I have like tiny little ones that can't.
You only got little ones, right? You don't
Yeah.
have big
No.
orc face, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm weird looking even for a half orc. The other half
Yeah,
is
well, I've heard you've been described before, and you're not really orcish, and your
No, he's
tusks are
half,
really small.
yeah, but we don't know what the other half is. But it's almost definitely not human. Like
It's half Canadian.
it's half
It's
Canadian or
ostrich.
something. But I'm very like
it's ostrich.
where
Canadian
orcs
ostrich.
where orcs are usually maybe green. I have very grey blue skin, kind of dark grey.
Well, we
don't
can't
know
stay
what-
here. Let's go and see some fucking horrible orcs, shall we?
All right, then let's go. Time is wasting away. Is not. We have rested enough.
Okay, so it's about noon, right?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
looking east, by the way. I'm thinking that the route we take isn't straight across these plains. I want to move around in these mountains from now on.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's a
Go ahead
route.
and give me a survival check if you're looking around.
I'm happy to do this fucking longer travel like this kind of thing,
Yep.
Where did that go?
as opposed to just blat blat blat
Yeah.
blat blat.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the east and then. Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did you want? Sorry.
A survival check.
Yay! Somehow I was brought up in the forest and I have -1 survival.
Wow.
That's not.
Who all's doing that check?
That's a 1 from
That's a
Taldro.
1.
That's a.
Do you want to
Yeah,
know
can
why?
I,
Do
can
you
I
want
hop in
some-
on this check?
Do you want the justification
ahead.
of this?
Go
is
ahead.
that
What's up?
I never fucking something happened to me when I was younger, and it made me a little more scared to go outside, even though we were in the jungle or in the forest. I still lived in.
Streaming.
I still lived inside.
Clung to the temple.
I stuck to the
18, boys,
area
18.
around the
18
temple. I didn't do a
works.
lot of my training outside.
I'll give you the 18. Just because that 1 is so fucking bad.
Wow.
So there's
Okay.
a couple of towers that kind of dot the. Let me show you on the map here a little bit. Just like this area of the mountains, the kind of western exposed part here to the tundra. There are a couple of towers that dot the hillsides a little bit. They look like watchtowers of some sort. I don't think, unless you guys want to try with a pretty handy perception check. But I think just the first instinct there, Kale, is that they could be used to hunker down in and kind of take refuge on your
Okay.
way up the mountain.
Okay, and there is one east, or more or less directly east.
Yeah,
from us.
essentially. Yeah, there's about like 4 or 5 in that direction. So it's kind of
Nice.
like if you just go east or if you go southeast or north, you're bound
Pick
to run
one.
into one here. Yeah.
Okay,
They do vary in height and do vary in size.
sure.
Megan, I think you can tell maybe there's like a hole in 1 or 2 of them. You can just see like where a couple of them have windows. That window on this one over here is like like crumbled out. So they might not be operational, but can't give you too much on the 12 that you would have seen.
I'll keep that to myself.
Um,
Misinformation is shit. All right.
What do you guys
Come on,
want?
then, let's go now before they figure out that we've gone out. Are they
Right.
still following that dude? Because that dude rode out, didn't he? Dressed like Kale because made
you
him
can-
look exactly like Kale.
You
So I
guys-
don't I don't
the
think you-
episode that I was gone, I was like, what the
Yeah, that was
Why we need you Tuesday?
that's you basically like keep the entire group intact with that
It was
glue,
mental.
that sickly glue.
The
Oh my
absolute, the change immediately at,
Dude,
at the lack
was telling
of
Peachy.
presence.
Right before the stream, that the week before they were like, "We must go to Fountain. It will save you, Kale." And then Kale's gone for one episode. I do not know. We're right there. Maybe we got to Peakcliff a week away.
Like 1 hex away from it.
No, Peakcliff. We've been working on this for 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you're all heading out of the cave here.
Yeah, we're gonna head east.
Yeah.
Okay.
it is.
Now again, I described there's kind of these lanes that kind of roll down some of the grasslands here as it comes up and meets the mountain, Thrall's Peak there. Look like old farming plots. Again, like I pointed out to you, Kale. And I think to you guys, you just see the kind of waist high ish grass here, maybe waist to like torso height grass.
So can we
guys-
walk along in one of the furrows between the rows?
Yeah, you can either choose to take the grass if you want, just so you guys know. That might obviously hide you a little bit more, or there's these lanes. I'll be honest with you, there's no like danger to taking the lanes. It's not like that makes you
Okay.
invisible and you have to.
We're
just
up high
press
at the moment,
options.
right? We can see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'd say you're like on a kind of mini hill here that's kind of risen out of the plainlands, so you can see down and out a little bit.
So we can see that the grass would hide us better.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
pretty again, it's
You
like
know,
torso high.
if we went through that grass, we could probably get into the mountains without anyone seeing us.
Yeah.
It
I just
seems
nod at him because he's good at sneaking.
perhaps you should lead the way.
Barnaby pops up. Yeah, but you got to worry about what's in the grass. You know, what if there's snakes, like snow mountain snakes?
Yes,
I'd say
Megan will
maybe.
see them. Megan's eyes are very, very good.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Very good.
I
Got-
promise
got 'em
I'll
cheap
I'll
as
tip
well.
off when we get closer to Peakcliff. By the way, I won't follow you the whole time here.
That's all
OP.
right, Barnaby.
I mean, if you need me to guide you through the mountains, I'd be really happy to for a couple of gold, my friends. But you know, I've got a business. I've got to find Barnaby or Bigglesby at some point. You know. So
I think you should. He's probably
should
never
what?
been been on his own. And if you see tallow
Oh.
or wick,
Yeah. Yeah.
take
Okay.
them too.
Of course, anything for you. That's you've all taken me through this cave. You've saved me. It's turned me into a warrior. He like whips out his sword a little bit, kind of like boom.
Yes.
His trap stick, his little pole.
Yeah, it's like a boot knife, right? Because he's a gnome. He's
the only
just
thing we let
small.
him use now because we've given
Yeah,
him a crossbow and that went
He's
poorly.
still got his big old pack. He's got like maybe now he's got like a little like explorer's cap on that he had in there that gave a little bit of light. Kind of takes it off now. Big old balding head, but he's kind of like settles down into behind you, Kale. He's like, "Oh, I'm with you wherever we go here, watching for snow mountain snakes."
Thank you, Barnaby. That's rather helpful.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, anything for you, my friends, of course. Just kind of like you see like a really serious eye, like as he starts to like
So-
look around the glass or look around at the grass in front of you guys, like just eyeing it for movement.
So as far as order, I imagine it's Megan, Taldro, me, Barnaby.
Okay, yeah, if that's what you guys want it to be.
Cash is there somewhere, I guess.
All right,
yeah, what
Cash.
sword? Cash. Sorry, Zot.
Sorry,
Um,
Zah, I did not mean to
Nah,
forget.
screw
you.
that guy.
Cat-
He
yeah,
abandoned
sorry for Cash not
Come
being.
on, Kesha.
LA just had a pretty big power outage apparently, so I think Zot was counting it.
Apparently is the key word there, lazy.
Oh man.
God,
Dude, he went back to
Could
bed.
they?
I know he
the
went back to
country's
bed.
on fire again, or the
I can tell.
state's on fire again.
I could
Because
tell.
you called his emote a penis.
He's crying. He's crying because his emotes look like
Okay.
penises. Which
Go
also,
ahead and
by
give
the
me-
way, is 100% the reason you should subscribe to Zotbot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally. I literally did during this call when I saw that penis. Like, I'm
So
not joking.
if you guys have Zot's penis emote, you get advantage. On the
Yes.
stealth check here. If you're walking through the brush, you're also getting advantage on your stealth check. So
Double advantage.
go ahead and give me double advantage. Go ahead and give me stealth checks as you guys start to kind of press into the grass here. It's not too high. Like it's not. It wouldn't cover Taldro's head. You have to duck down a little bit, Taldro. Megan, are you like crazy tall or are you really small?
No, have I decided on my height? I don't think I wrote my height down, but no,
Oh.
I'm not going to be tall. I'm a thief,
I
right?
thought you were like 5'9" or like 5'5".
What is that what you call short? Because I am offended.
I'm 5'9", man. I feel short.
I'm 5'4".
Woof. All right.
I think Emma's 5'4". How is that possible? Wait, you're 5'4"
Okay,
in the game?
my character is 5'4",
Oh, I
Jay.
see.
All right,
Okay, all
You're
right.
short ass.
So you're
Worthless little.
you're
That's
good,
what
Ash.
they're about support small streamers, right?
Not a real stream. As like it's a little jarring. Like Taldro, you're just kind of like you're about shoulders and nipples above the grass here, right?
I'm
and
6'5" in
Yeah,
real life
Megan-
and in the game.
I don't
And in the
actually
game-
believe that you're that tall in real life. I refuse to.
I think
'Cause-
I'm dead on 6 foot.
Oh,
in real
okay,
life.
okay. Peachy said you were like 6'6" one day, and I was like, what?
Oh my god, yeah, you said you were 6'4" at one point. I think
What?
you were pulling our leg, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god.
He was talking
like-
about my
Oh,
Zotbot.
Rocco.
Depression.
My
Paladin.
my Zot emo.
No, he wasn't.
Talking about Zot Pog.
Why would
Kale
any,
is...
also just a bit sorry Tuesday. Why would anyone ever believe anything that I say or anything that Peachy says ever?
Yeah, that's true. That's
Fair
a
enough.
really good point.
Fair enough.
That's a really good.
I just lie all day.
Yeah.
That's just what I do.
So,
Kale is 5'6", by the way.
okay, yeah. So you're just a bit taller, yeah. So what do we have? A 24. We have a 12. Taldro, you have advantage on this because the
Yeah,
the
I know
grass.
that is what it is because I've got disadvantage stealth. Remember?
Oh,
Chainmail.
Chainmail. Yeah. Okay. So you all kind of settled in a little bit. It's a little awkward for you, Taldro, to kind of creep for this amount of time.
Like
As
the
you're
fucking
kind of-
Metal Gear Solid shit when he
Yeah,
crawls for
yeah.
too long.
it's like not even the Metal Gear crawl either, because you still have to kind of see where you're going, right? So you kind of get that like awkward hunchback, like
Yeah.
where you're crouching, but you're not really. Is
Taldor,
there-
do you need to go to the toilet?
What? It is difficult for one my size to stay this short. Everything is very heavy on my back too.
You're gonna hurt your back, mate.
Yes,
like
I am going to
squat
hurt my
like
back.
this, like this. I just disappear into the grass.
Yeah,
Like this.
but I cannot see where I am going if I do this. I understand. Where did you go?
I'm right here.
Oh, I was going the wrong way. You see, I went this way.
There we go.
I poked my head back out.
No, I'm right. I get out of the grass. Caldro!
Oh, this way, okay.
It's like pops up. His head pops up like 5 feet away from you.
Yeah. He's okay.
See, like Barnaby's kept walking a little bit, and he like, oh, where'd you go? You see like a little patch about 10 feet in front of you, just spinning. It's like you can just see it's constantly being disturbed.
Perhaps
Ooh,
we should.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give him the rope that's on the grappling hook. I'm just gonna give him the rope. Right now, stay down
We follow these.
and keep this tight. All right?
Mm,
You don't need to see where you're going. Only I do.
I follow this rope, yes.
Follow the rope.
Barnaby wraps it around himself a little bit, and you keep walking. Is there anything you guys are looking out for as you're walking along here, or?
I couldn't give a shit about snakes. I just want, if I see any of them
Money.
like looking this way,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I like they're hidden. I want to pull the rope down to the floor so everyone just goes down.
Okay. So
I
you're
don't
watching
care
for
about
some-
snakes.
Okay.
I would be specifically watching the skies because when Barnaby mentioned, what if, some kind of spies rather than a magical device were following us,
Okay.
I got a little, yeah.
Get an eye on it. You got a mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the back of her mind. Roll me. Go ahead and roll me. Maybe investigation or perception. A perception. Give me a perception check as you're just kind of scanning the skies here.
23.
Nice. Okay. Megan, give me a survival check real quick. All right. So you guys, I think this takes a little bit here, depending on what you guys are looking out for. It's always hard to describe this. I don't know when you guys want to stop, but as you're kind of like working through these fields here, there's probably a couple moments. You pass over, I think, about like 3 different lanes, where there's like peeking up and down, heads popping out of the grass, and then you quickly get a moment here where you can run across. And I think this happens about 2 or 3 more times. You're walking through this waist high grass. You've kind of come down off the slope that you were on, and you've gotten well into these old farmlands here. I think it's a little like stranger as you start to kind of make your way through some of the closer farm fields here, or some of these old plots. The ground seems kind of burnt but also frozen at some point. It's a pretty jarring change. You make it through some of these fields, and then you just kind of reach tundra, where the ground has given way to some of the mountain, and the rocks have started to build up a little bit more, and it's a pretty drastic change. It's not normally that drastic. You can see like patches of burnt maybe grass or whatever they used to be that have been kind of immortalized in ice now, as it's kind of crept into this little this kind of like circular or semicircular portion down the edges of these farm fields. Okay, that's where that is. Give you guys like a little bit more of an accurate show where you are. Kind of come to the edge there, right up to the mountain, where in front of you is this long plain. To your direct south are those little peaks that I've been talking about, where the hill giants always continuously seem headed. I think you guys can discern that that's probably their house. Oh my God, I've moved the map. Jesus Christ! It's
Control
okay.
Z.
I fixed it.
Control Z
Don't worry.
works. Thank God.
Control Z works every time.
It's so good.
So what do you guys want to do? There's a long stretch here where you kind of sneak through these waist high grasses, but for maybe the next little bit to the mountain here, as you can see the kind of the peaks starting to kind of rise up in front of you, starting to loom over oppressively. What do you want to do?
I got an idea. All right. We need to go one at a time, and then they don't see a huge party moving towards the mountain.
No, this is not a good idea.
This is what?
What if something else comes? It is not just the bandits that we have to avoid. There could be
It's literally 20 yards, mate.
Oh. I come out of the grass. Oh. Okay. I don't know why I did not hear 20 yards. I thought he said like a mile or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
a good
hear
while.
how far he said, but
It's a good while.
Oh.
To be fair, it looks like it's about 20 yards.
Then yes, okay. You go first.
Right, I'll go first. Try and change your body shape so if you're silhouetted, you don't look like you.
Okay.
Are you gonna do it then?
Okay.
What? I'm like sitting down in the grass still. I'm just sitting down in the grass, like poking my head through the fucking
Just chilling out.
long grass, watching you do whatever you do.
You can see this kind of like it's the mountains here. They've to your north, they've kind of come out and stretched past you from where you've been. So you've kind of you're entering into a little valley here. So it's coming up to a V, and it is a really short run across. But the kind of dangerous thing is, it's all kind of like just a little bit snow covered, a little bit frozen over in some of the very visible parts. So you'd be like immediately silhouetted as you started to climb. That's kind of the real danger here. Is not really the run across, but as you come up, you're pretty easily silhouetted against a mountain. Just so you know.
Right, one at a time. All right, and don't sprint because it looks like. All right, you know when you accidentally steal about 400 gold from a merchant, and then the pigs are looking for you and that. And if they see someone running, they'll chase someone running. So if you just go nice and calm and slow, they'll be like, "Oh, you haven't just stolen."
I'm pushing him.
Just go in.
You trying to stealth across or you trying to run?
I'm gonna nonchalantly walk as if I'm not in a party that is being hunted.
Okay.
Heading. Walk.
You know, like that scene in Spider-Man where he becomes evil Peter Parker?
Yeah.
That's how I'm walking.
He's doing all this as well. Have you ever seen? Have you seen the edit of that where they take the music out?
Yes, they take all the sound.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's so good. It's just him.
So good.
Oh, what a poor man that he had to fucking act that entire scene. Anyways, Megan, you start to kind of just nonchalantly just walking by. You get about like halfway before like a really cold breeze hits you, and you keep walking. You start to navigate into this. It's not actually difficult terrain, but it's a little rougher terrain here for you. Some of your feet become displaced as you step on the awkward rock, and it pushes out of the way. Stumble a little bit, and I feel like all of you are at the edge of the grass, just kind of like just looking as he slowly makes his way across. You can see him again, almost fall a couple times. But I think as you get a little bit further here into the mountains, Megan, you can find a small little inlet where you don't necessarily have to start climbing yet, but you are pretty barren here, or you are left pretty exposed here. As you turn around and look back at the group, you make it across successfully. Kind of see that it's just this kind of bowl-shaped V that could be troublesome maybe if anybody came along. What are you doing? You make it across.
I'm gonna beckon. Yeah, I'm gonna go across. Oh, I'm not right. Oh, sorry. Okay.
You make it across. Yeah.
I'm gonna cross and then beckon. I guess was it Taldro that was first?
Kale's going next.
Kale's first. Well, I'll beckon Kale over. And every time she takes a step, I'm gonna like try and I'm gonna micromanage how she walks. Be like, just walk like, and then do a bit of this.
You just see me like desperately trying to comply, but probably failing pretty hard.
Can you give me a performance check?
It's like a fucking.
This is
It's like
performance.
a photographer. You're a tiger. You're a tiger. You're a tiger.
21.
You're a
She's
possum.
got, man.
I only
either
failed it in here.
Either she's reading you like a book, or she just knows this. Just like every time you go to move, Kale's already like moved a little bit.
On it.
You can hear, but you can hear like the bones cracking a little bit every time you move.
Certainly exhausting me.
A little bit of cartilage, like just kind of like grinds every time you move your elbow, right? Give me a sec here.
21.
Horrible.
21 natural 20 performance check. What a beaut. Yeah, you make it across relatively okay. There's nothing that kind of comes down from the mountains at you. There's nothing that attacks you from the ground or anything like that.
I'm not gonna beckon Taldro yet. I'm gonna wait like
Yeah.
a minute or so.
Yeah. Kale kind of scuttles up to you.
All right,
I
that
think
was
it-
banging. That was nice.
But banging,
Banging, banging.
banging.
Right, we should probably give it a minute before I tell him to come. And when I do beckon him, I'm gonna do the same thing I did with Kale.
Okay.
Put
All
your
right.
hands like this, but then twist them this way.
I
You
do.
going
I
across,
do
Taldro?
everything that they say, and I do it
All right.
with absolute perfection.
Are you rolling a performance check for him? Is that what you're doing?
Bam, 14.
14 works. It's, you know, you get like 100 into a streak on guitar here, and then ding, you get that one mess up. You did fine after that, but you messed up like once.
Nice.
Taldro's kind of doing his whatever this has become. I love it, but I have no idea what it's become. For sure, anybody that could have seen you by now is like, this is a group of interpretive dancers that, like, we won't fuck with them. Look at them. Look at this guy.
I'm gonna do a live performance of that, but what I'm gonna do is walk to my front door and let Emma in, and then I'll come back.
Okay. All right.
Method.
I love
Oh,
that.
he's so method.
Guys,
He is.
man, Brad's such a good role player. Oh my
He's an
god.
inspiration.
I'm
Did you
so
see
inspired right now.
I'm gonna buy some G Fuel.
I'm never gonna be that good.
I want to go blind. I'll buy G Fuel.
Oh man. So Taldro makes it across well enough. It is. I do want to highlight though. It is kind of this alleyway thing where you guys are at a little bit of a dead end. There doesn't seem to be any entrances into a mountain or anything. It's just about like 150 to 200 feet of just rocky climbs here. You guys, Barnaby kind of looks a little excited to go. You waving him across, Megan?
Come on in.
You see like his little gnomish legs. Takes about like 10 minutes.
You run like in
But
that
he's-
horror movie, The Leprechaun.
Just keeps going. He's got like this whole, like his torso and his legs just seem absolutely disconnected. Like his torso is swinging, but his legs are perfectly straight. He's just going. Give me a moment here. He runs, man. He gives it as much as he can. Wow.
Push it to the limit.
Really? Okay. Hi, Cat. No, not you. You don't run, Cat. You don't run. You just sleep. Go sleep. He makes it. He kind of in a breathless sigh, like he doesn't slow down. He just oh my goodness. Oh, are they behind me? Are they behind me? Boom, like straight into the wall as hard as he can. That's how he stopped. Just boom. Just, oh, are they behind me?
You alright, bud? Took a bit of a bang to the noggin there.
Oh, his nose is bleeding a little bit. Megan, I made it. Wow, that's so amazing. Oh, did anyone see me?
There's a bit of... No one saw you, but
No. Oh,
That
my
was-
goodness. Wow.
that was proper tidy.
Oh, he takes a handkerchief out and just kind of puts it into his nose. Like does the right. Okay, so what are we? Wow, that's just cash left. Okay. Oh, you give yeah, he starts to like sneak across now that you give the symbol, but he's not listening to Barnaby. Let me go ahead here. And actually, I haven't made you guys roll for anything. Don't worry. Well, except for performance. Okay.
However, Kesh is caught by 1,000 snakes that have been following
Yes.
you through the grass. He's bitten for all of his current HP. and
10
he
minutes
dies.
straight. He's bitten until he comes back. IRL time in the
He
session.
comes back into the session only to "You are dead."
He's got a snake on his actual boot right now, and he's got to figure out
Yeah.
what to do with when he comes back. Now he kind of scurries across. You do see him like about halfway across. I think he trips, and he quickly scrambles back up. You see like a worried face or a worried look on his face as he falls, but he just kind of scrambles back up and runs closer. That was close. As he seems out of breath and a couple.
Well, the
cuts.
hard part's over.
Okay. What do you think is the best path now? Up, Or do
I
we
just
look
point
through?
directly up the mountain and start climbing at the same speed that I can walk.
Is there any paths or anything that look like it's like a natural path we can follow? But instead of climbing up, can we?
Yeah. Give
There's
me
no
give
way
me
Kale's
a,
going to climb up any mountains.
give me a perception check. Actually, this one I'll say investigation because you're like looking intently.
Yeah, sure. I'm better at perception, but I'll investigate. 10.
Nothing that you can see. That was just a me to your roll. As you kind of look up, you can see there are like natural paths in that if you followed a certain like portion of rock, you would get up to like a ledge or a landing. And there's plenty of like easy paths that you could take up. So there might be like natural climbing paths, but there's no specific path that you can just walk up or take a horse.
Barnaby.
Yeah.
You said that you have traveled in these mountains before.
Yeah,
How did
yeah.
you find the paths?
The paths, well, they might be about a valley over here. What we're on kind of the western side of the Thralls right now, right? So these are kind of the shielding mountains from the the outside. Once you get inside of there, it's a whole different world. Let me tell you, there's no more of these grasslands and forests. It's like a winter
And
wonderland.
how do we get inside them?
Well, normally there's a path about down south by where those bandits are and where that maybe orc encampment is that you guys were talking about avoiding. But there's also a path about he pulls out a map and starts to show you as well.
The
On
orc encampment.
Yeah, well, okay, well the orc encampment isn't it marked on your map?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, so it's probably down there you'd find the path, but
we are trying to not walk along the plains in front of these bandits.
yeah, so we'd have to climb up and maybe get onto the other side. There's it's specifically here among the shield. That's along the top of the outer shield. That's where there's a path at the peak. But you got to scale the mountain first. I'd say. I mean, Megan knows what's up. Look at him climbing there. Megan's like 15 feet up.
We just climbed out of that fucking cave, though. I'll look at Kale. Do you think that you can climb if we help you again with the rope to pull you up?
If you can help, yeah, yes.
Okay. Perhaps we send Megan first.
Right.
Cash mentions, I will help you if you need, Kale. Offers his help as well. And Barnaby's like, yeah, we could get some ropes attached to the back of maybe Taldro, and you can pull me and Kale up. Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will do that.
Oh. Okay.
That was my plan.
So what are you guys doing to prep this here?
Megan, you take these up and you tie it to something sturdy that can handle my weight, yes?
I've still got my grappling hook, right?
That's what I'm pointing
can
at.
Yeah.
Can I find somewhere to secure to like stick that in?
Sure. Yeah. We'll say that you like untied everyone real quick. So I talked about an easy path. There's it's kind of like a little V here, and on the right side of the V, there's an easy path that leads up to a ledge, maybe about I think you can see like 60, 70, maybe a bit more up. And it has small like kind of standstills, enough that two of you could fit on a rock. But it is quite steep. Remember the stairway that like Frodo and Sam take? They have to go all the way up, but they get those like small portions where they're sleeping, and it's just like that wide. Kind of those. On the left side, there is a watchtower a little bit behind you guys in the northern peak here.
Oh, I can see that better now if I'm closer. Can I have a little look at it?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an investigation check. While you're a little bit up. It's still a bit higher up on the mountain, but from your we'll say you're like 15, 20 feet up. Yeah. You can see about halfway up the left side here, the left path. There seems to be like a small, not natural path, but one that can definitely be walked on up to the watch house. It is a more difficult path up at the beginning, though. Does that make sense?
Is it something they could walk rather than scaling this where I am?
Yes, but you can only see the path leading up to that watchtower. Maybe you could assume there's a path that goes further up the mountain from behind, but it's one of those like it's kind of cut off and you can just kind of see it dipping. And if you follow that one little track of brown between a couple of the stalagmites or a couple of the higher rocks, you can see it lead up to the watchtower.
Taldro!
Yes.
I can kind of see a path from up here,
Okay.
but it's going over that way. And I point to where it is.
8 points north a bit.
You see that?
No. Perhaps we remember it. He's going the wrong way.
Yeah, but you might be able to get up without having to carry Kale.
Oh. Okay. We will go that way and meet you here.
All right, I'll keep eye out.
I just start
so there-
lumbering over towards where he pointed.
Yeah, there's a like I'd explained there's a little bit of a harder climb here on the left. Kale would still have to climb, but halfway up there is a path eventually that it leads to. So just to clarify for you guys, there isn't a path like starting down at the bottom of the mountain. It's about halfway up, but it could lead a little further up. Right, makes your journey up a little easier. But either way, on right and left here, you're gonna have to climb. It looks like, unless you leave the mountains and perhaps go find another area to go into.
I mean, I'm just gonna climb up, attach a rope, and then drag Kale up onto the fucking path. That's my plan.
We're gonna do a pulley system again.
Yeah.
Is that what your plan? Okay. So go ahead. Give me some acrobatics, athletics, whatever you guys want to roll here. Let me let's get like a. No, that's Flint, my friend. Hello, buddy. Hello. There's a cat, and he guards the mountain. Megan, did I already deal with your investigation check there that you rolled? The 14? I did.
Yeah, that was
okay. Okay. Yeah, give me acrobatics or athletics and tell me which path you're going up here, left or right. It's not a direct path, but it's more of a kind of a general way that you would follow. I wish my roll 20 wasn't zoomed in by like 9,000%.
Oh dear. I've rolled a 3.
Well, are you climbing right now, or is it just Taldro? I didn't. If Kale's climbing with Taldro as he climbs.
Oh, sorry. I thought. Megan
I'm
was
like
doing
the
a
sack of
check.
potatoes. that
Yeah,
he's gonna
I
pull
mean,
up
I'm gonna
afterwards.
climb
Okay.
up and then just gonna drag you up.
Okay. Well, give me your roll. Her roll will still kind of affect yours there, but
Are you just doing that thing like cats do when you grab their neck? Taldo's got you by the neck and you're just like,
Yeah, pretty much. I'm scruffed.
Okay, 16. All right. What I'll do here is since it was a spectacular fail, I'll just minus her roll from yours a little bit. I think you start to get up a little easy enough. There's a moment where like I think instead of carrying her up or maybe like dragging her behind with a rope, you guys have adopted this a system where you tie it around your waist and she ties it around hers, but kind of have a harness for your shoulders as well. So you can kind of climb here, Kale, just a little bit. But Taldra is maybe doing most of the work. You just kind of have to like grab on and maybe just hold yourself so you don't fly. It's going to take a while here, Taldro. I think honestly your best estimate as you like get the first few climbs in or handhelds in is you look up and kind of see exactly where you have to go. I think you'd estimate about like 45 minutes
Of straight climbing.
Of pretty much not straight climbing. Like there's a couple of maybe handhelds that you can kind of pull yourself up on and sit. But you are getting tired. Like you can feel the kind of acid setting into your muscles from like
Tired
not
to the
sleeping
point
for
where
a
I'm
couple
gonna
days.
fall and die, or just like I'll be tired at the top.
I'll let you decide that. I don't know. It's been a couple days since you guys have rested. I think maybe a full day since you guys have rested. So, or it's getting there. So, I'm not going to give you crazy disadvantage, but you're getting a little tired. Just so you know.
Nah, I'll keep going. I'm a half orc. I'm good.
Okay. I get it. Okay. Yeah, so you continue to climb here. Give me another athletics or acrobatics if you want. Megan, you can give me the same if you'd like. I'll roll one for Kesh here.
18.
18. Okay, yeah. So you get up, I think a little bit shorter than that, about 30 minutes. Maybe you skip one of the handhelds or one of the rest spots here.
Taldro told me to wait here.
Mm-hmm.
So unless they start getting out of view, I'm just gonna just watch them.
Yeah, for reference, they're kind of like climbing up the northern side of this here, and you're like across the valley here just a little bit. Not too far up yet, but they've started to pass you here as they've climbed.
I
It's been
get
about 30 minutes, but they've started to pass you. Then now they've gotten up to the level. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics if you want. Okay, Kayla, you actually got over 10.
Got
so
an 11. Yeah.
that'll boost his roll a little bit too. I think there's kind of a moment here. Let me get Kesh to roll, but there's kind of a moment here where you're like a couple feet away, Taldra. You're like, oh, and you're just a couple pulls away. Give me one more athletics check.
Let's go, baby. +7. It's an 11.
Give me one more roll here, Kale. Cash.
One more roll
he
incoming,
will
and-
definitely do acrobatics.
14.
Okay, yeah. You make it up. It's taken quite a while. Taldro. There was definitely a couple moments where maybe you thought you were gonna fall off, but after like that final pull, you find yourself on a really, really rough road. Gravel, just like Peachy expects most of Canada to be. And
Am I wrong? No.
As you climb up, you can see this ruined like one spire of a watchtower in front of you. I think we get the scene of like Taldro laid out just like face down in the dirt, while Kale, you've got to kind of use like that last little bit, pull yourself up now that he's not pulling you. And then Kale kind of just clambers over top of Taldro.
Almost dead.
Yeah. You guys, I think you
Okay,
feel
Kale.
real shitty after that. All right, that was for Kesh. So
Just
he
dance up the fucking side of the mountain on a 20. Goddamn.
I think he follows the way up with you, Megan, really quick, and starts to see him kind of catching up. Gets up to your level, but I think you had said you're going to continue climbing, right? Okay, yeah. So kind of starts to get close to you, and you start to jot up. I think we have this kind of scene here where Barnaby's all the way at the fucking bottom. He has not started climbing in the slightest, and all four of you are up at the top. And there is you found a little bit of a path here, Taldro and Kale, and Cash and Megan. I think you two have found a little bit of a path separated as well, though. You're in kind of a rougher, more natural form from these kind of stones like jutting out. You have to constantly change like vertical your altitude there a little bit as you're climbing. But if you went off and got a little bit closer to Taldro and Kale, you could eventually jump onto the path. Or it's a little easier for you to climb up higher here on the right side. So let me know if you want to do anything crazy, Megan. But Barnaby just kind of, maybe you should just leave me here.
What?
I said maybe you should leave me here.
What you gonna do down there?
I don't know, but I can't. There's no way that I could climb that butt. That's absolutely insane.
How high up, me and Kesh?
I think you guys, I said it's about, I think this has been about 30 to an hour of climbing, so maybe 100, 150 up. Like, maybe not 150 feet, sorry. 50 to 75 feet up. You guys are pretty far up.
If I drop this rope down to try and help him, it's not going to go to all the way down the bottom, right? He'd have to still climb some more.
How long is your rope?
50 foot of rope.
Yeah, it'd probably be like an extra like 10, 20 feet, maybe a little bit more. You can tie two ropes onto each other.
I have only got one rope, so I think hempen rope. Yeah, I've only got the one rope. You got any rope on you, Kesha?
Yes, I can. He's kind of just. Yes, I can check. Does he have rope? He has an explorer's pack. I'm just gonna say it has rope in it, because yeah. Oh, he actually writ them down. I'm so proud of you, Cash or Zot. 50 feet of hempen rope, so he kind of pulls it out.
If you drag the kit into the Roll20 thing, it lists
it autofills it. Oh man, I used to fill it manually, so that's why I was proud. All right, well, yeah.
I'm not saying he didn't do that.
No, fuck him. He loses it all. I was gonna give him inspiration, but fuck him.
Quite a turnaround.
But he does pass over some rope. I think it takes a little bit. It's like down in the bottom of his pack, so he's got to kind of like pull it out one by one instead of pulling out the whole lump and displacing his bag. But eventually, he starts feeding you the other end. I swear it's somewhere. At one point.
What are you, a street magician?
It's quite a long rope. There's so much in here. I don't want to displace it.
All right.
It's exactly how I picture Thought's character.
Stop throwing it in my face.
It's
weird.
Eventually, he pulls up the last little bit.
Tie it up with a thief snot.
Does that mean it comes undone at the most opportune moment for the thief? Is that... Pretty sure that's what a thief's knot is.
I have no idea that was even a thing.
I mean, you think...
I've used like 50 foot just to win a knot now.
Thanks for the loot mug. And then he just like, there you go. Just takes the loot on the way up and mix it. All right, so yeah.
Put your purse on it first, but no, I just throw it.
That'd be great. Yeah, you throw it down and it kind of like, I mean, it's one of those scenes where like, you know, the videos where they throw the ball down the dam. You just watch it like, and then it like there's a loud enough as it smacks the ground, kind of hits like right next to him. You see Barnaby like, oh, wait, yeah, as it just like really, really close next to him. I almost killed me. What the fuck was that? Oh my god.
So
rope made of like fucking titanium there, bud. Holy smokes. Wow.
Yeah, titanium's very expensive.
Yeah, it's well, that would be wow. He starts looking at the rope. He's trying. Let me give him a roll here. Oof, bad. That's
Does he get advantage because he's got the rope?
He doesn't get advantage, but I've given him a couple of rolls here. Takes him a little bit to get used to it. You kind of like, I feel like there's a moment where like he's climbing up and you just get sick of watching him in like the same spot for 5 minutes. He starts to fall, but then I think regardless of whatever you guys are saying to him, he maybe like starts to bundle the rope up, and then eventually like he starts to climb it a little bit better. The second time he picks up speed. Still takes him about half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer because he's so small.
Fucking come on.
If you want to watch him the whole time, you can, but he's like yelling stuff. Yeah, this is whoa, I'm really tall up here. Oh, look, I've gotten to the second link of rope. Wow, there's only another 50 feet. As he like looks down.
He's moved like half inch in the last 10 minutes.
I thought he said he traveled in these mountains.
I'm
before.
yanking the rope.
You guys are a little bit separated here, so it's kind of this like moment where like Megan and Cash are talking to each other and making fun of it, and then like maybe you two, Taldor
We
and
haven't
Kale,
walked
you're
around
talking.
there yet. How far are they?
They're about, I'd say they're about like 20 feet, 30 feet across this chasm. But it's like a chasm. You guys are kind of opposite of each other.
The path doesn't connect.
No. They're what they're doing right now is kind of standing on some of these like precarious like shelving
Then I'm
like
laying on my back.
rocks.
And that's
Yeah.
all I'm
All right.
doing. I'm just gonna lay on my back.
You can
and
just hear the
recover.
complaints for the probably 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
Nice
that he comes
30-minute kip. I
Sorry.
have a nap. I have a short rest.
Oh, Barnaby, right? See this? And I get out a gold
all
piece.
right. What's
You see this?
you get out of what? Sorry,
A gold piece.
a gold piece. Yeah.
If you can get up here in less than 10 minutes, you can have it.
I can't see it. What is it? All right. What are you holding up there? What's that? Is that silver?
No, it's
You
a
kidding?
gold.
Oh, it's a gold. Hey, listen. Okay, all right. Well, I kind of like starts to pick up the pace a little bit. He tries a little bit. Starts to gun it. He's I think that's where we're gonna go to a really quick break. Maybe see if Zod's power is coming back anytime soon. But we're about halfway through the episode here. And Biggles Beast just climbing.
Oh,
He's just
of
beasting
course.
it up now.
Never mind. Sorry.
What?
I went to the other screen, and of course,
It's
matter.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a really quick break, guys. Brad has something nice and sneaky for you on the break.
I have
You should all
nothing
pay attention to it.
for you.
Brad's got nothing for you. He called you
Bye.
peasants earlier.
See you
Unless
in
you
a minute.
subscribe. See you soon.
Watch out. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the stream.
That was the biggest dick move. Welcome back, everyone, from Brad's 5-minute tangent until the last 3 seconds of we're going back into the stream. If you have to pee, then go pee. Brad did not give us any time.
I did. I gave you plenty of
Except
time.
we have like 20 minutes.
You had
Yeah.
all the
Welcome
fucking
back.
time.
Yeah.
To Dungeons and Dragons. Peachy Pixel has to pee. The more that we put him in danger, he might piss himself. It's gonna be a great episode, guys. We just came back from all of you climbing this mountain here. For some reason, Megan having a bladder issue half the way up, but you made it fine. We kind of, as I was describing,
pulling the
before,
bottle out. There it goes.
No.
He's halfway up the M1. He ain't got a choice.
We just got banned. As again, kind of an awkward situation here, where you've climbed up the kind of 2 different sides of this small little valley, and now at the top here, Taldro and Kale, you have a little pathway that leads kind of up this small winding path to a watchtower. Looks a little bit ruined, and I think from this distance you can tell it's abandoned. But Cash and Megan, you are currently pulling up Barnaby. I think we like, as we're coming back from the break here, Barnaby's finally like, ugh! Little gnomish figure climbing up, bald spot showing as his hat blew off halfway through. You can see like some muscles rippling a little bit, but it's all mostly a little fatty. And he pulls his, oh my God, bud. I thought I was gonna die. But he holds his hand out immediately to you, Megan.
All right, that took ages, but
Oh my goodness, kind of, and then pulls himself up fully, and then
it's good. It's probably yours.
yeah, that's probably me. See, no, this one
licking.
wasn't mine. Well, I mean, how else are you supposed to know, right? Then kind of looks across to you. Oh, hey there, buds, and follows like his gaze of there's about maybe a 15-foot gap here. At the kind of corner of this valley, or this little chasm, where you can get across onto the path that Taldro and Kale are on. But it's going to take a jump or some kind of like horizontal scaling across if you guys want to get across. What are you doing? I think you can kind of like look down at Barnaby's face, and whether or not you've realized it or not now, you can see there's a pretty large gap. He's like looking at you, kind of like shrugging, like, you put me up the wrong side there, man.
No, they're trying to find an easier path for Kale.
What do you
'Cause,
mean?
You know, she's.
There's a watchtower right there with a path. They're right on. That's what I mean. We're not on the path.
Yeah, but we need to go this way.
Well, that's why I'm saying you're taking me on the wrong path here, bud. If there's the path right there, then you made me climb up the wrong side. What's going on?
They've only gone up that way because Kale can't climb up here.
Because there's a path right that they're on there, bud. Look at, they're standing under it. Oh, man.
Yeah, but that's going the wrong way at the moment. We don't even know.
Okay, yeah, that leads to the north, but it's still a path. I feel like...
Yeah, look.
Listen, Megan, this is the worst gold I've ever earned, let me tell you.
I mean,
you're gonna have to.
Do you want to go
throw me
back
across.
down?
I know, but
that's,
I don't want to go back down. But you got to throw me across now. That's you were this elven one here.
Throw you across.
To go to the path there. It's fine. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna tie the rope to his waist.
Don't throw me off, please. Listen, Megan, this has been a good. Like you see, there's
What?
actual.
No,
theme.
throw you off.
Oh, okay.
You're
Oh
a
my goodness.
murderer.
I thought you were tying me to the end of the rope, and you're gonna toss me right off there.
You said you wanted to go over there.
Go over there, not down there.
Well, maybe you can pendulum over. Oh, Taldro! Catch! No, not Cash. Cash is right next to me. Kale!
What?
Barnaby doesn't want to be on this side.
Okay.
We're gonna try and swing him over, but you're gonna have to grab him.
Yeah. Well, then
Okay.
we can hunker down in the watchtower, right?
Sure, you throw him at me, I catch him. Just throw well.
I don't know if I can throw him. We'll have to swing him. I can't throw him.
Kesh kind of like steps up and grabs the one side of him.
How far is it over?
We're doing
It's a 15. Let me see if I can go to like a. Imagine like the end of a canoe, the kind of point of a canoe. 15 feet are missing from that point. You have to get across. Does that
Alright.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was small enough, I was just gonna jump over and grab him and come back, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's a little precarious. Like, just to remind you as well, Megan, you and Cash and Barnaby right now are standing on some kind of like shoulder like slate pieces that have popped out. Oops, sorry, that have popped out from the mountain. Whereas they're on a much more sturdy path that just kind of seems to like cut off and drop down. But it does lead up to this watchtower. So Barnaby's like really scrambling to get across onto the safer ground here.
Okay, right. Let me. So I'll tie one end of the rope.
Yeah. Okay. Just don't miss there, and as you like tighten the rope a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. I hope that's the latter kind of thieves, not the first kind of thieves, not.
I didn't know two thieves knots, and
Oh no.
well, I don't. I like you, so.
Oh, I like you too. That's a really good compliment. Oh, that's a little too tight. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics or athletics. Actually,
I'd rather give you an acrobatics.
I've already said it, so I'll say it. Yeah, you can do acrobatics or athletics.
I mean, it makes sense that it would be an athletic.
Acrobatics is like a fucking, what do you like, wind up like softball here and bowl them across?
Like the ribbon, you know, that famous Olympic sport, the
I guess
ribbon.
acrobatics is like a 3-point shot. That's a 3-point shot.
The classic
Okay,
ribbon.
I'm gonna 3-pointer him.
Okay, give me the 3-pointer. I want to see this.
Okay. he's got a rope, he won't die.
James.
Oh, that's oh.
To be honest with you, and I will say this right now out of character, if you throw him down the hole and off the mountain and kill him, that would be hysterical.
Kale's helping
In
me.
character, I really don't want to.
Yeah, Cash is helping me.
Cash is helping you, actually. All right,
If you just pick him up,
take advantage. You also
Throw
might have inspiration at some point. Yes, it would be really fucking funny if he fell down the mountain.
Does that give me advantage?
Do you, if you want advantage, you can have advantage here, or Cash can roll. What's...
I know where I roll likes, but I do have a +5.
Okay, Cash has a +5 as well. So.
Oh, okay, then Cash, and then it's not my fault.
This is gonna be great. Zod, sorry your power went out, but you killed Barnaby, buddy. Let me look through his bullshit
He's got
here.
a rope on him. He's not gonna fall all the way down.
It's okay.
Come on, Cash.
Hold on. I'm just looking. I'm trying to see how would Zot do this, and I feel like is that okay? Nope. Nope.
We get some penises in the chat so we can channel some.
Can we get some Zot Pogs in the chat? Just want to make sure he's not got any like crazy thing. It's like you have triple accuracy when throwing small gnomish people.
It's a very specific skill.
You never know, man. You never know. They call them gnome throwers in the West. Okay, he's gonna roll. Man, Zot, if you're watching this at home, buddy, I'm so sorry. If you kill Barnaby, it's all your fault. Okay, you got 13. So I think
Surely that's not a death.
there's a terrible scene here
It's got a rope on him.
from like the side, a little bit off the shelf of the mountain here. We see you two like struggling. Megan, the shorter one, for some reason, is making the 3-point throw. As Kesh is kind of standing behind him, so kicks him up.
Cash just dunks him right down the floor. Boom!
It's like volleyball. Serve! Boom! Oh man, I wish we could end an hour early just so it could be like
Total
That's the
actual cliffhanger.
oh, man. The literal actual, the only cliffhanger that we'd ever have. All right. So I think there's just that scene of him setting it up behind you, kind of placing it into the 3-point thing that you have here. And you go, you push, and Cash kind of gives it as he pushes as well. Barnaby is going to make a roll to catch the ledge. All right, he makes it. So he kind of like flies forward, and you can see Taldro, this just cherubic gnome. Like, oh my God, there, boy! Like as he's reaching out to the ledge. He slams it pretty hard. He grabs onto the ledge, and you can see like one hand. He's like,
Can I fucking crane toy just?
He's still as you pull him up. You put him down.
Good work, Barnaby.
I'm never doing that again. He just lays down a little bit. Cash kind of pats you on the back, Megan. But you can.
I thought he was gonna fucking die, but
I did as well. Barnaby. Yeah, me too. I thought I was done. Always. Whoa.
right there.
No, everything hurts. There, bite. You kind of did a number on my chest.
Dead.
Yeah. Oh.
Is his face supposed to be blue like that?
Oh, yeah, like half of his face is
I
just.
don't think so.
Should we come over there?
Not from Barnaby. Whatever you two are doing.
Yes, I do. Why would you not? This is the path.
All right, hold on to the. Hold on, just hold on, and we'll climb
hold on
over.
to
I'll do a
what?
thief's knot over here, so I can just whoop.
I don't need to hold on. I am on the path. You don't need to.
No.
You.
Hold on to the rope or the gnome that the rope is attached to.
Oh, I just fucking grab the rope on Barnaby. Just
Yeah.
sit down.
All right.
I'll send cash first.
Okay. Let me just throw that in the background there. So you make it across, I think relatively easy. I won't make you roll anything crazy for this because a couple of handholds here that
Maybe I should roll for if I can actually get the rope back. I really wish I hadn't done that because that's going to be gift now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I noticed.
that's going on.
There we go. It's
Okay, well, yeah, that was better. There we go. Go ahead and give me a roll for that then. Yeah, if you want to do that.
Sleight of hand? What would rope time be?
Let me look at the skills real quick. I feel like you're right, but yeah, sleight of hand. Yeah, I'd be like either that or survival, but sleight of hand's probably.
I'd rather do sleight of hand. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably more deft with your hands. So very deft with your hands, Peachy. Well, 24.
Yeah. I've been working out a lot. Both sides.
Got one of Igor's shake weights, man. It's really good. Our winner for Table Story's gift for the week. I wish we did a Table Story gift for the week.
Gift for the week.
We should maybe. That's a good suggestion.
Put it in the Discord. Join the Discord.
Yeah, throw it in the Discord and suggest everything. Even the new plot for RagTags after Cash falls off the mountain. No, you two make it across pretty well. They kind of spider across. I'm not going to give Cash any more reason to almost die. You guys make it across.
You've given her terminal disease, Jay.
No. That's Kale.
That's Kale.
That's why he's got to change his name according to.
He does. Yep.
So you both kind of land safely over. Maybe you like accidentally step on Barnaby as you land. Up the path from you here, about 10 feet up, there's a little bit of this ruined watchtower. I think this is the one you saw where there's a little bit of the window missing. Roll me like nature checks as you look at this watchtower. The four of you, if you guys want.
Oh, I wonder if the whole tower's a mimic.
I got an 18.
Well, that sounds like an incredibly J thing to do. How right are you?
Why would we be rolling a nature check on a fucking tower if it
I think
wasn't
like
a mimic?
as you
DM?
look at it, you can tell the hole isn't natural. It's formed by something a little big. Kind of looks like it was pulled, maybe. But as you kind of peek inside, I mean, who knows? Things are crazy out here in the world of RagTags. We out here. If you guys want, you can give me a perception check or an investigation check to look over this watchtower here. But there stands kind of a large, gray bricked watchtower with some of the wall around a window looks like it's been peeled away almost, and it's kind of fallen outwards. Looks to be covered on the inside with snow from that hole that you can see, and probably abandoned. There doesn't seem to be any firelight coming from inside, and there's been some pretty serious unkemptness around the edges. It just looks like half the bricks have like frozen solid from how cold it is up here.
Holy shit!
Wow. You can see, I think
Into the
immediately.
future. Sorry.
Wait, what? If you, I don't even want. I'm not looking at the Zoom chat. If you need to do something, you need to do something.
Joke. Don't worry about it.
I just saw that pop up like.
No.
Yeah, I think for the natural 26.
No, but seriously, guys. I'm sorry, Karen. The fucking in-jokes, honestly.
The in-jokes in this campaign are terrible. Yeah,
just
you can
insane.
see the teeth of the mimic tower through the no. I think it's a pretty clear like shot through for maybe where you are. You just have a little bit of better eyesight than the others. Dark vision flares up a little bit, and you can see it's looks pretty abandoned. I think you get, for some reason, you get like a clear shot, that like perfect sniper elite angle, and you can see most of the room layout.
I was so hoping you would say sniper elite. Bullet cam right in.
Yeah. I think you kind of get that just like, and it seems pretty abandoned. It looks like most of the furniture inside from this angle that you're looking at is pretty fucked up, pretty like caved in or broken off or something. But you can see a couple of like, maybe like a shine from one of the pieces of furniture. Almost like a light had been passed over it. What are you guys doing? The wind is a little blustery up here. You're about like 50, 60 feet up. The kind of snow starts to crunch with the gravel as you walk underneath it. And it's not strong enough of a wind that it would like blow you off if you were Kale, or a little tired. But it is pretty, like I said, blustery. It's kind of that wind that like chaps your, I don't know, you guys don't live in Canada. Maybe you won't have wind that cold.
No one has ever experienced cold apart from Canadians, correct?
Listen, there's like frostbite wind and then there's like cold wind. Okay, and both are really different. So it's just a little blustery. It just chaps your face a little bit as you.
This light that you mentioned passing over the furniture, is it as if someone has shined a light as I'm watching?
No, I think it's just like you caught a really good angle. You can just see the.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm going to head toward this tower.
Cool. Yeah. Are you guys all picking up and walking towards it?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
It's a pretty unassuming brick tower, unlike Brad with my gender there. Wow.
Well, gender jokes in 2019, Jay. My
dude,
God, you've changed, dude.
Sorry guys. It's 2 weeks in. I'm still trying to get used to it.
Is it 2018? What year is it?
Not in Canada yet. It's January
It's still
still.
28.
It's January 4th, 19.
I
still in
neither
Canada
care
right
about
now.
the year or the gender jokes. Please continue with the campaign.
Oh my goodness. So you guys, your ascent up. It's not too far, but you guys have to kind of like climb at like a 35-degree angle as you're going up. It's as you get a little closer to the tower, you can feel these like roughly hewn stone steps that are kind of like pushed into the mountain as you start to climb this path a little bit more. You can see it's kind of like as you're walking towards it, it's on a little bit of a peak, kind of pushed out from the mountain edge here. So it's almost like it's been just placed here to look as far out down up as possible. But it's kind of, you have like an incredible view as you get closer to this. There's whether or not you go inside or stay outside for a moment. There's kind of a moment where you can look across and you can see most of the continent of Vormir. You can see the western forest there, the fade, the western fade and the eastern fade. You can kind of see like a discerning difference. You can discern a difference between the eastern and western fade. The fade woods over here. I wish Roll20 would ever do the click. You know where I'm referring to on the map. Let me try it one more time. Kind of right where the river separates. You can kind of just assume like the right side is a lot more green and vibrant and lively, where the left side is kind of this dark, almost like autumn hue, kind of perpetually. And as you, oh my God, I did it again. The map. Okay, we're good. As you kind of look to the north a little bit as well, the clouds to the north around Peak Cliff, or maybe what you could assume near the mountains there, have gotten like way dark. A lot darker in your ascent here, almost as if like you can.
A storm?
Not necessarily. I mean, give me a perception check to look a little closer. If you guys want to, I don't want to hide everything behind perception check.
I think anytime I can see Peak Cliff, I'm just gonna like be drawn to it because that's where I'm from.
Yeah, it's So I think, especially as you left, Megan, there was a little bit of a storm kind of starting to form around it. It's not like unusual there as kind of the big bad that's currently holed up in the Star of Brienne, the Mage Tower there. He's kind of casting down like lightning bolts and casting tsunamis through the town. And there's been a couple of like large fireballs or meteor storms that have come down. So you're kind of used to a storm there, but it's not really that kind of storm. You can see like little speckles of green as the thunder kind of rolls. There's like a little, and it's like green on the inside instead of the regular white of a thunderclap. It doesn't pass or anything as you're watching it. It's a very, very, very slow rotation. Kind of like when you walk out from your house and you're like, shit, is there a tornado? Because like you can see it slowly start. You're like, oh fuck, is there gonna be one? It's kind of that same level of speed. Yeah, it's just kind of that same level of speed where it's like it's rotating enough for you to be like, yeah.
Curious.
And to your right here on this slope, you can see a little bit of a steeper path that starts to go up. There are some stairs on it, kind of like the ones that you just walked up a little bit. And I think you could assume there maybe used to be a larger path that went down to the bottom here, but it might have crumbled away at some point. The path that leads up this mountain is it's a little bit faded, and you can see some of the steps from like years and years and years of use. There's like an actual divot where like people's feet have traveled so much, but it's a very serious and pronounced set of divots up these steps. But there is a path to your right, and there's this watchtower inside. You guys are headed in?
Well, first, I'm about to say a sentence that has never been uttered by a Welsh accent.
Oh God.
Looks like they're having a bit of a twister over there. I love this show.
That does look rather intense.
I've never seen one like that before.
I don't think I have either.
And I'm definitely worn out from that climb and cold. So
yeah,
shivering.
I'm going to go inside.
Barnaby kind of, I'll head in with you right now. They're and Kesh kind of nods as well.
I give it a second as I'm looking at this like
yeah
horrific thing that could be, but isn't quite, but might be.
I think Cash is also a little like drawn to it. Maybe he's like staring at it for a quick moment. You can maybe like see a kind of pained expression in his face and kind of curious. Regardless, there's Taldro. So as you guys enter here, I think Kale, it's you first, but you kind of need a little help up. It's I don't know how else to explain it other than like a lot of the bricks have been ripped away. It's seemingly these little like blocks that make up the make of this tower here, and they've kind of become the quote unquote steps. It's like very rudimentary steps of stepping on them. So sometimes you have to like go right on the point of the brick, and just very precarious kind of.
Are they like carved or are they laying? Like, is it stones?
Oh no,
or
yeah, no. It's like they've been pulled out, and just the way that maybe other people that have used this area, or like the way that they've fallen, and some of the snow is packed into it. It's created like very rudimentary steps, but they're super awkward. Like one maybe is split vertically, and you have to like step on that, and then kind of find a little bit of a handhold and climb up to the next step. It's very, very awkward here, because the door. That would normally be the way to access this tower has kind of been closed off by the rubbish. So this 2-story watch house here, you're kind of going into the top floor of it, where it's got a very thin base where the door is, with a couple of like areas where they would keep their wood or maybe like a small cooking station. And it's been like blown in by the snow quite a lot. But it just looks like this has been the new entrance to the area. If you guys want to check for footprints or anybody else, you can. For any kind of, if anyone's made this a home or adjust.
Yeah, I would be like, I want to make sure there's no one here right now, at least.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I think Kale going in. You're pretty confident of that. Give me I'll say if you want to like look for footprints and look for signs of other people, give me a survival check. It's probably the better. But
Sure.
Perception just for like your general surroundings and what's in.
11.
You immediately as you kind of survey Kale, you know that there's nobody here, but you can definitely tell that there have been people here at some
Is there
point.
anything left, like resource wise, like wood to have a fire?
Yeah,
Or anything like
there's a couple of sorry to cut you off. There's a blanket and a pile of wood. I was gonna say.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you're looking for?
Certainly wouldn't be food or anything left. I think I'll just say,
Do you think it would be safe to have a fire? It's rather cold up here.
I think we should take a rest here. It might be the only chance we get in case.
What if they see the
goes wrong.
smoke?
Oh, surely we'll
Would-
see anyone coming.
Barnaby speaks up. He's, they have a fireplace, right? So maybe we could just put like a sack on the chimney, you know?
Oh, could you do that, Barnaby?
Does that work?
Yeah, I really appreciate all of you guys protecting me, but that's going to be a hell no at that thing. I'm not climbing again. That's about 10 feet outside. He kind of like points to where the fireplace is, and you kind of get the idea that you'd have to like shimmy around.
Megan can
And-
climb very well.
Yeah, but there's a reason for a chimney on. How clever am I? Hang on.
Man, I asked myself that.
clever.
that much.
I asked myself, but I've got on my whiteboard. I've actually written my actual intelligence scores on this, so I'm like, oh, I know that. I feel like blocking off a chimney is going to choke us, and we will die in our sleep.
There's a massive
Roll me an
hole in the
intelligence
wall.
check.
Just an intelligence check.
Just a flat intelligence check. You're a goddamn cookie there, Megan. You're a smart cookie, all right? Normally that would, but you kind of have a giant asshole in the wall. And Barnaby's like just kind of saying like, yeah, I might smoke us out a little bit, like as you're having that thought. But there is a pretty large hole. Like to give you guys an idea, maybe to assuage any worries as well, it's an eastern pointing hole. So it's not like anybody from the plains can look up and see this watchtower with a huge roaring fire inside from this massive hole. It's kind of facing inwards to the spot you had jumped over. So you can assume that you're safe there. The hole's about 5 feet across and about 10 feet total, like vertically, but the last 3 feet at the bottom are kind of sloped out for the stairway. So it's a pretty large hole. And again, it looks like something like maybe you reached in and like a sardine can, or whatever D&D's sardine can equivalent would be. But
Probably have tin
there's
food.
maybe enough space. It is kind of a high ceiling though. It means that more warmth might be transferred up there. Again, you got a 17, dude. You just, spent a lot of times going in and out of stories and chimneys and second.
All right,
right?
all right, I'll do it.
Hmm.
But if we all die, don't complain to me, all right?
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to climb up the top here.
Okay.
Who's got a sack? You got a sack, Barnaby? Because I ain't paying for
Yeah,
that
good.
sack.
I got one. There's just
I
one
ain't
issue.
paying for the sack,
That's
Barnaby.
not okay. I won't charge you for the sack because you have to go on that side of the tower. He's like pointing to it. The side that he's specifically referring to, if you were to go out and around, you're hanging off the cliff edge, basically. And he's like, you see the fear of God in his eyes. Like, you'd have to go on that side.
I think as someone who like scales buildings a lot, I don't really look at the down. I just look at the up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Barnaby
start
looks at the
trying to
fucking down, yeah.
assemble a fire here.
Okay.
I won't maybe light it until I hear him like scrabbling away from the chimney, but
Yeah.
I'll put it together. And...
Okay. So give me a survival check, Kale, for that, and then
Sure.
acrobatics or athletics for you if you want to.
16.
Acrobatics.
All right, 16 survival. That's not bad. And there are just for reference as well, some of the tables and like the bookshelves here, they've been already like cracked or cut for kindling. So it's pretty easy to find like a couple of the. I think. Roll me a d20 real quick. As Megan starts to like scuffle around, I think you find some wood. We'll see how much it is. It's a little bit damp because the snow is just constantly blown in here, and
11.
even now you can see 11. Okay, I'd say you get like 3 or 4 pieces of wood from the outside. They're a little buried in snow, so they're a little damp. Take a little bit, might be a little more smoky as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see the kind of snow is like constantly, as it hits this open hole, it just kind of forms like a little blizzard, like a little circular blizzard. Megan, you're climbing on the outside. There's thankfully enough like horizontal windows, or like little like that serve as footholds for you here, where you can just kind of, climb over Nice, Brad. Climb over in like just a quick fashion or way. But do you want to put a rope down, or do you want to like any safety nets? I have to ask.
Nah, fuck it.
No? All right.
Nah.
All right. Give me one
What
final
would I tie it?
acrobatics.
What would I tie it to?
I mean, that's anything. The top of the fucking. You could tie it to the open
Taldro.
hole.
Just tie it to the
Taldro
immovable object.
inside of the thing.
No, I feel like just scaling it would be. This is like, an actual building, so I probably feel safer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I think you do well enough. Give me one more acrobatics check as you start to make your way back eventually. Okay, so an 18. So you get to kind of this hole here. You can see like a small crude, just where almost like one or two, maybe a 2x2 grid of bricks have been like knocked out, or somebody's clearly made a small like rudimentary chimney when they were building this. You're just throwing a big sack inside of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barnaby gave you like a really like rusted or rustic looking sack, like woven out of some kind of
rusty sack.
It was just, no, rustic, like some kind of like, you know, the hempen ones where it's like brown and then they have like a weird rope tie off. And
like what Bethesda wouldn't send you.
Like exactly what Bethesda wouldn't send you. So yeah, you stuff it in, and you make your way back well enough. Right about, I think as you get like halfway over, you can hear the of Kale starting to get a fire going. Which is pretty surprising. I don't know how often Kale lights the fire, but Kale gets it going pretty quickly.
Always, because my survival
I've got
is -1.
some keen survival skills, actually.
Give me a perception with advantage real quick, Kale, as you look in the fireplace.
Okay.
It was a human child.
We got a 22.
So you find, I think you find 2 rings.
Oh my god.
2 gold rings that have been kind of stashed on the flue, like the hook, you know, where you hook the flue into. They've been kind of like hanging there, and they're covered in soot, I think, at first, but as you start to get a lighting and just like one little glint, maybe that's the glint that you had seen. But yeah, you find 2 hanging next to each other. They look like maybe like an engagement or like 2 marriage rings, like a man and a woman's.
Okay. And so they're shining kind of gold.
Yeah, they're like really covered in soot, but I think there's like one little corner maybe that hasn't caught in any, and then you light the fire and it kind of gleams at you immediately.
I'm gonna grab them and start wiping them off and say, Taldro, look, I found rings.
What the? What?
I don't know. And I'll hand him probably both of them, actually, after I've wiped them off a little bit.
You can roll me history, intelligence, maybe. I don't know. I wish there was a mundane roll for D&D.
I got a 4 on history.
4?
I mean, I'll roll this shit. It's 0 as well.
Um,
A natural fucking 20. Bam.
Taldro. These are the cookie cutter rings from books that you had read growing up about men and women loving each other. Like when they propose to each other, the man gives that ring to the woman. It's like the same with like the one little diamond on top of it, just gold band, one little diamond, and then his band is like just a regular ass basic gold band, nothing on it. It's like, you've seen this, you remember this. It's in a book. There's a man and a woman. They were married immediately.
Cool. I hand them straight back to Cal. Yeah, just boring rings.
Yeah.
No.
What's that? Rings? What? Did I hear rings?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Crawling back in.
Did he hear? Oh, no.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
Coming back
Maybe I
in.
didn't, yeah. So I
Catch
do a
kind of
roll?
snags them out of Taldro's hand real quick as he's gone AFK, and he's, yes, these are quite nice. But nothing magical, I don't think.
Well, we can at least
Back to you, Kale.
sell them for travel money.
Immediately, but how much you want for it?
Well, these?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're worth.
Hand him over here, young lady. Oh, Barnaby will tell you.
You can have a
All
look.
right. Immediately, like, as soon as he grabs it, pulls out one of those. Yeah.
Jeweler's loop.
This is amazing. Okay, yeah. Very fine quality, very fine craftsmanship. Old Barnaby here, it probably dated at 14th year, you know.
The 14th year.
And Cash was kind of like, what do you mean the 14th year? I mean the 14th year there, young one, okay? It's Barnaby's been alive a lot longer than you. Cash is like, I'm 145. Yeah, okay, well, that's really nice, okay. Yeah, this looks like a wedding band. And pulls out the other one that's, oh yeah, this one's got a diamond in it. Okay, that's probably what this would be for. Oh, that's really sparkly. Look at this here. Kind of like hands it to you, Kale, and like,
Oh.
yeah, look at that. You see how that catches your eye?
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Very beautiful.
That means it's real. So that probably cost about 10 gold at a market. That's pretty good. I have no need for the ring, so I'm not going to buy it off you unless they're magical. Are they magical?
I don't know, but I'll hang on to them for now, in case they are.
Just like still like as you're pulling it away from you, still like, yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, it's like
Just like diamond there, but
I mean, you can see like every time that money comes out, I think you can see like a little like and like Bilbo with the ring in his eyes.
Yeah.
But he calms down. He's kind enough. He's just always trying to make a living.
I'm just gonna pocket those for now.
The second they go into your pocket, I think that's when I come through. Like the
yeah, I think you still hear the encounter. Yeah,
yeah,
because they're all windows.
What would that be? Perception? Let's see.
Roll me a perception check. Fuck it. There are windows that you've been using as handholds, so I think their voices would have traveled. Yeah, would have traveled more than the wind. That is. So yeah, you're good.
So what you find? What? Huh?
Couple of rings.
Sorry.
Rings? You got rings?
They're not
gold rings?
magical, I guess.
Okay, so if they're magical, diamond rings? What?
One does have a diamond. Barnaby said it's worth 10 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sure? Let me. If you want, like, I can.
Yeah, here I've actually got a spare one of these, and he whips out another like jeweler's thing. Oh, if you need one of these, Megan, don't.
Oh my god!
You're like, as you like go and grab it, he's like, I know, just playing. You can have it. I actually picked this up through the caves as we were going through. No worries.
Want to have
a look at that?
A look? Sure.
I'm gonna let him have a look.
Oh man.
Snatch it out.
Snatch it out? Are you gonna like appraise it?
It's like a carbon copy of exactly what Barnaby just did. Just greed in his eyes. Yeah, I would like to appraise this.
I wish there were like skills like that, like appraisal. You know what I mean? Let me
tactics.
Right. I wish there was like I've been trying to use survival as more of a tactics role. Like that was you saw the watchtowers. You could kind of take shelter in them. Same with
I guess it would be an int based thing, wouldn't it?
I think it would be
investigation. Surely.
I would do investigation. I would do insight, honestly, because it's wisdom based.
Insight.
I know it sounds weird, but or history. Depending on like what angle specifically you're looking at. You're just trying to see how worth they are.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I want to know. From fencing stuff.
Yeah,
I probably fenced a lot of shit back in the day.
Let me see real quick. I wish this was like fucking Moyne. I could just be like, yeah, make me an insight check with your dex skill. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Just flat investigation. Sorry to bum around a bit, but I wanted to.
Boom.
Ooh. I think like general pricing. I don't know. These are kind of old, as Barnaby said, but didn't quite know. They're quite old. They're just like your basic wedding rings, but they do seem to be of like a different craft and or make than maybe where normally most of the jewelry comes out of is like Othrandi, the Elven city here. I think we're still on the map. So the Elven city. No, all your fucking character sheets are covering it. Othrandi there. Probably most jewelry comes out of there because of their beautiful craftsmanship. I think this might be like a different craft entirely. And it makes it pretty unique. So maybe a little more than 10 gold. Maybe like 50, maybe 100.
Well, probably not from Othrandi. Does it look elven? Like, is it highly stylized or is it quite
It's not. Yeah, it's definitely not Elven. I think it's looks more almost like a really light. If you submerged maybe gold in water, might be like that color of gold. It's still like it's like a
White gold, Welsh gold. Is that what you're saying to me, Jay?
No, actually, that wasn't the intention, but we'll say yes now. Really cool, baby. Look at that. I knew that all along. I planned it from the fucking beginning.
He knew all along.
Oh my god, that bastard! He knew all along. So yeah, I think you can definitely tell it's not Othrandi make, but you can't quite pinpoint it with the craftsmanship.
These are pretty old, but I don't know. These will fetch a pretty penny where I come from.
That's good news. That's more money for our travels.
More money for me, yeah. Your travels, aye. Has it got any inscriptions in it, Jay?
No, they're just flat around every side. Again, imagine your pretty fucking basic engagement rings. That's exactly what these look like.
Like if Ken and Barbie got married.
Exactly. Yeah. Just a flat gold band, and then the small little tiny diamond that comes off of the gold band for the woman, and it's pretty much the exact same. But again, what's different and what's unique is that normally like elven bands, they might have like a small like leaf or some kind of intricate or interesting design, and also the gold is a very different color. It's not like your regular shiny maybe polished gold. It looks like it's like being held underwater kind of constantly. Not in a magical enchantment kind of way, just like the exact color that gold would be like if you held it underwater and it had that blue sheen to it. Quite interesting. Definitely not Othrandi make, and therefore could be worth a little bit more to other people.
And these are pretty special. And as I hand them back, I do not take my eyes off them. And I want to know exactly which pouch pocket bag those go in.
All right, give me a investigation check.
Just to add to that, I don't care what the rings are or where they come from. They are the least interesting thing in this room to Taldro. Just so.
What are you looking for in this room? Because you were away while I was describing it.
I could hear it, but
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you have the wireless. I forgot.
But I know. I'm just thinking we can rest here because I know that Kale needs to rest, and I'm just gonna prepare myself to sit by the fucking hole in the wall. Is there another way in? Maybe I didn't hear that.
No, so there's a doorway downstairs, but it's being covered currently by the debris from the hole.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
so, yeah. So there is a second floor as well. There's a floor underneath, as well. You guys haven't gone through it yet. I think there's like a small little trap door on the other side of the room. Think of like a 2-tiered watchtower where you come into the base and there's like maybe a stairway. But again, you guys haven't seen down there, so not 100% sure. But then like the top floor is where there would be the slits for the actual lookouts. There might be like a small balcony. Maybe that's what was destroyed at some point. Who knows?
I might just start wandering around, to be honest, and just checking the entrance and exits of the rooms. I'm just doing the bouncer thing, the bodyguard thing.
Yeah. Give me a perception check as you look around. Megan, as Kale puts it in her pocket, I think there's like a fold in a robe that you just don't see where it goes. But I think as you like one of those like you don't know where the pocket starts or begins, but you can see the ring inside her like cloak as it kind of like settles. You know what I mean? So you know where it is, but you don't know how to get it. If that makes sense.
If Kale looks at me, I'm like this.
Kesh kind of sits down on like one of the old wood boxes as you look around Taldro. So I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but on a three
for obvious entrances.
Like entrances and I think you maybe in this case you completely skip over then the first trap door that's in the second area here. Maybe you just think that it's like or you just the thing's covered the door, nobody can get up, whatever, you just pay it no mind. You definitely know it's there, I think, but maybe you just skip over it and start to watch the door. All around you here are familiar faces, worn out places. I'm sorry. It hit me
in
halfway
the fucking
through.
Stream now. I'm pulling the plug.
Okay. All around you are kind of like these small like broken tables. There's a couple of you can see where in this like 15 by like 20 wide circular room here, you can see like a small like table that maybe used to be like a war table. It's been cracked in half. The map's been kind of ripped apart. There's a small area where maybe two people were living on a daily basis next to the fireplace, not in front of it, but maybe to the right of it. And you can see like blankets that are wrapping up kind of some obvious like forms or something underneath. And there seem to be like scattered supplies as if it's been lived in, but not for a long time. There are small like mementos. I think that you could easily discern them from mementos as you kind of walk around. They're maybe not paying them any mind, but there's like a couple of like bone carvings or maybe a small pendant or something that looks invaluable but belong to someone. It's kind of strewn about everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna chill by the main big entrance that we came in, and I am essentially taking a short rest, but I'm gonna take the watch, kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm impatient to continue moving, but I know that Kale will need to rest, and this seems like a decent time for us to rest, considering we have this opportunity to rest in this tower.
Yeah, especially after the wind and the weather too. How is Kale feeling? Real quick. How do you think Kale's feeling? Like after the climb, it's probably pretty arduous. Like
I think just drained.
Yeah.
Yeah, just beat up. Okay. So what would probably happen is I'm hanging out by the fire, and as I start to warm up, I'm sure that I'll nod off. Probably not laying down. Probably like against the wall.
Okay.
And just kind of pass out there. Maybe drink a little water before I pass out.
Okay. What are you up to, Megan, while you're watching Kale? I'll say this is all within about half an hour, so if you guys want to take a long rest, we can just add that in. But just so you guys know.
If we are and we're gonna take some shifts and Taldro's gonna sleep, then I'll do something.
I was thinking we just do a short rest, but it literally is just purely on Kale. Just until Kale's ready to move again.
So yeah, you see her pass out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are just kind of Cash kind of like, I think let's see. Can you roll that? Roll 20? Okay, I think he gets the same idea of like, he sees you maybe staring at Kale and like watching Kale nod off and just kind of like understands. I think it's pretty easy to understand that what Taldra is wanting to do here. So what are you doing, Megan? Are you drifting off? Are you going out to explore?
No, I'm gonna wait, eat some food, just watch Taldo to see if, because, well, let's see. I'll do an insight as well, shall I?
Yeah, if you guys are,
I think we're resting here then because Kale's gone to sleep. So I'm just gonna wait. After maybe an hour or something.
Okay.
You wanna have a sleep, Taldro? I can keep eye out.
Okay, I will do that. I sleep where I was sat.
Okay.
The second he's asleep. Is everyone sleeping? Because I'm keeping watch.
Let me see. Barnaby definitely like.
Is he snoring?
Yeah, Cash. Barnaby's definitely. Oh. I love gold. Like Cash, I think Cash. What the fuck? Oh, my cat's just careened open my door. Hello, Bosco. What an entrance. Cash is, I think, starting to fall asleep a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna wait till he's gone, and then, in time, with Barnaby snores.
Yeah.
I'm going for those fucking rings, boy.
You're gonna have to get a little intimate here.
So
I do some test walk around.
Yeah. Okay.
A little close to Kale and just.
Kale, give me a Constitution check. I wanted to do this before Megan started to walk around, so just do real quick. Give me a Constitution check, not a saving throw. A check.
Oh, that was a saving throw. Let's see.
Are they the same? Do you have the same modifier, like 0?
Zero modifier. Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Kale's still
15.
A little bit. She's still passed out. Still snoring away. Very tired.
I'm gonna Indiana Jones with like a couple of ball bearings, remembering the weight of the rings.
Okay. Give me I'll say sleight of hand with advantage because she's sleeping. and cannot
Yeah,
attack.
boy.
I feel like that's only fair.
Here we go. Oh, come on. Come on.
You basically had to beat her con check there.
Oh.
Slowly reach in. Now, what I want to happen here is, can Taldro give me a perception check?
No.
Why?
No, you fucking murdered the shit out of me.
Man, I actually want to fail it so I don't have to
I
kill him.
feel like this is you can do this event. Oh, there you go.
5.
You're fine. I just feel like this is like an automatic Taldro roll. The second that anybody touches Kale, it's like Taldro's fucking innately attuned for it. He's fine. There's like a moment maybe where you kind of
I
like
was looking
clench
through
your armor.
paladin spells to find something like alert that is
Alarm.
whatever it is, alarm, which is but it's attached to a fucking person.
Just attach it to Kale. A fucking snowflake.
Like a car alarm.
Second the pocket opens.
Her mouth comes.
Yeah. Taldro appears on his porch in his pants.
Taldro, help
What's
me.
going on? Get away from my
anime
mother!
appeared just
You like reach in. There's a moment I think where it's not that you make any noise. You just remember Taldro halfway through, and you like and you like look over. And
just look over at him.
53. Doing the rage countdown in his sleep, and Cash is fast asleep. You slowly. It's kind of like a very, very harrowing 3 seconds where you just like you're pulling it out of this really long pocket. Like, why is it so long? Why does she need a thing this long? Finally free. Like, and then
I switched him with the barbarian, so there's a little bit of weight in there.
Oh, give me another sleight of hand check.
Oh, here we go.
Rude.
Oh, with advantage again.
Okay. Let's not fuck up. Let's not fuck up. Ooh.
So there's a moment, I think you get both of them, and you just you put the ball bearings in, Megan, right? And you put them in at I think it's like an L-shaped pocket for some reason, right? So they start to roll. And you can't get your hand in there to put it down all the way, so just 2 of them fall in. I think Kale, you kind of feel that waking up. Do you want to try and spin out of the way, Megan, to do that
Yeah,
or you just face the
100%.
consequences?
100 fucking
Yeah,
percent.
all right.
No,
Give me-
actually, I'm gonna cunning action hide.
Oh my god.
All right.
At what point do I wake up?
This is you're waking up here. I think
Right.
you as give me a stealth check, please.
Oh my god.
A stealth check, Megan.
Look
He's
out,
gonna kill
boy.
me. He's gonna kill me.
Look out, boy.
Stealth check.
Oh,
That's
damn.
the worst one I've
Kale,
ever seen.
Give me a perception check.
Kel's perception's wicked as well. She's a
It's-
fucking
yeah.
cleric.
Okay. All right then. That's the worst one I've ever rolled, but it's
So
still.
there's a moment. You get woken up by something. You feel something here, right? Just something on your breast, and Megan is like as you wake up and you eyes open. Megan's already out of there, kind of but he's staring towards the wall. So
I got
definitely, you know what I mean? Hey, thoughts back.
Is he just there's
Oh my
nothing
God.
on the
It's
wall?
just-
He's just
yeah, it's just like you feel something on you, and then he's as you wake up and you look around, he's just facing the wall, maybe there's a burnt out bookcase kind of.
I think
staring.
because he stared at me. Remember, he made that face at me
Yeah, you can definitely tell there was something
when I was putting those rings away. I'm gonna feel for them.
Yeah, you're
It's a little
Okay.
round.
oh, I was gonna make
Rings
you roll.
around. Rings around.
I was gonna make you roll a perception check.
Okay.
Pretty. No. I think with the 13, you already beat his stealth check. You beat his sleight of hand check as well. So I think you can tell there's 2 little balls resting on your breast, and where there used to be rings, there's 2 little tiny. Okay, come on.
Add
Vicky.
quote. Thank you.
There's just 2 little. They
I'm
show
trying to
the-
steal from her, not molest her, Jay.
Well,
Jeez.
That's where I said the fucking pocket was. Okay, all right. We can't
All
change
right.
canon, guys.
Okay.
No matter.
Okay.
You're like that fucking, what's the guy, Tobias from Arrested Development, where everything he says is inevitably just a fucking double entendre. You can't help it.
Double entendre somehow. The chat, my ship. Finally.
Oh my God, yeah.
You can definitely feel like where you put those rings. There's like a little bit of a difference. It's up to you.
I'm gonna pull whatever is in there out, so it's just me checking the rings because I see him there. He gave me that look.
It's a little orb.
Megan, have you
Oh, you're right.
played a trick on me? These aren't the rings.
Oh, you got me.
That's ridiculous. I must have been really tired.
Oh, I nearly had you.
And I'll
Give her the
hand the
rings
ball
back.
bearings.
And I'll give her the rings back and oh yeah, need
And-
them.
I think after like a moment of you guys talking, Talbot
ridiculous.
wakes up too. There's like Talzer and Barnaby, like you just kind of you hear Kel's voice and you're like, oh, we're no longer resting, right? So you kind of like
Kale's like actually amused by this. You can tell she's just like,
Yeah.
That guy's pretty funny because she doesn't really think he would steal from her. She
Yeah.
doesn't know how into money he is.
Aw.
And she's like, oh my goodness,
Taldro.
Oh, should we get moving or what?
Yes, perhaps we should.
Oh, Cash, wake up! Oh, Cash!
Cash, wake up.
Cash is up finally, looking a little more conscious than he has for the past 2 hours.
You've
I'm
been a
just like
little
looking
tap a
back
day.
and forth, kind of confused.
I'm like,
Welcome back, buddy.
I'm
Oh,
like,
hi.
I'm
So
like
far,
poking
you've
Cash.
crossed a peninsula and you're up on top of a watchtower in about 70 feet up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm. A little bit cold.
It's a bit cold, bit blustery.
Big cold.
Bit
Okay.
blustery.
A little bit cold. Yeah.
Would I have got a short rest? Because I haven't got a long rest. Would I have got
Yes,
a short one?
sorry, you guys can all mark as a short rest there.
I'm gonna
I
roll
think-
some hit die.
Yeah, you said you were waiting for Taldros after about an hour. We'll still give you a short rest. You guys want to roll hit die? If you're gonna be bullshit back on a short rest. It's been a long time since you've done a long rest, so I'll give you that. Welcome back, Zot.
Hi. What did I miss? We're on a watchtower.
You
Um,
nearly killed Barnaby.
We've just traveled
I
east
did-
a bit.
You nearly killed Barnaby.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
Little colder, little higher. That's about it.
We climbed up on a mountain and then went into a watchtower,
Yeah.
which doesn't
Who
sound like
actually
it should
almost
have
killed
taken this whole
Barnaby?
time. You.
You.
Maybe the DM
Listen,
rolling
There
at
was a
you,
3-point throw from Megan with Barnaby across a 15-foot gap.
Yeah.
Not just a moment ago.
Tossed Barnaby.
You
Yeah,
tossed
pretty
Barnaby,
much.
but he had a rope on it, Megan assured you. So you were fine. You aided him in the roll. You rolled pretty shitty as well. And if not for Taldro, maybe Barnaby would have died.
Just out of curiosity, what would that throw be? What would that roll be? Just out of curiosity.
He rolled an 11, you rolled a 13.
But what kind of roll would it be?
Oh, it was an acrobatics roll. Yeah, man.
yeah.
I was checking if you had some bullshit.
Good, because
I rolled it for you because that is a natural one.
I would.
Fucking gnome.
You ever heard of a
damn.
slam dunk?
Yeah.
That's what we were joking about. Is that you
We actually
fucking
made
volleyball
that joke.
served him down
Yep.
the hill.
Score the
Oh.
touchdown and just.
You guys are awake. I'm assuming you're taking the short rest here. What do you do? I think it passes for long enough. You know, you get woken up by Megan, Kale, and then you, Taldro, and Kesh, you guys both get woken up by Megan and Kale. Then Barnaby kind of wakes up and he's, what? Are we going?
Yes, we are going.
Okay. So he hit his chest pretty hard, man.
Wait, he hit his chest really hard?
Yeah.
Oh, Barnaby?
Yeah.
When you tried to kill him.
Yeah, when you
Uh-huh.
tried to fucking brutally murder him, man.
And his-
Uh,
his
the whole
face
party had to
is a
work
little-
together to stop your betrayal.
Obviously, I didn't try hard enough because if I was actually here, that little gnome would have been.
I go peek
they go-
outside.
So they get a short rest.
I want to go and peek outside real quick. Take a little
Yeah.
look around. Check there's no fucking dragons or
Give me
bandits.
perception. Oh, bandits.
Or bandits. There might be some bandits out there. That's an 11.
11. Yeah, it's the storm's gotten a little worse here up top of the mountains. It's not necessarily a lot colder. A lot more snow is coming down. It's kind of turning into like a little bit of a blizzard. If you guys want like actual like realistic temperatures, it's probably about -15. Just up here in the mountains where you guys are, and the wind kind of makes it a little colder. Your characters wouldn't know that, but just so you can understand how cold it is. There's a little bit of a path that again goes up the mountain, and as you look over, It's about like a blanket of white, about 30 to 40 feet up. Kind of, when you like look up on it on a really, really snowy day, and it just seems like it's much closer, much more gray, much more dull. The clouds seem a little bit closer to the ground, and as you look down, you can see the small like tundra / farm fields mix that you would come through. It's starting to get like a nice layer of snow across them as well. Looks like maybe you guys just beat that out by like a day. But a pretty consistent snowfall over the past like 1 to 2 hours you've been sleeping. No dragons, no bandits on the ledge, nothing down in the valley though.
We should probably get moving. This storm is blanketing everything with snow, so we do not want to get trapped up here. We should try and get down to this orc encampment.
Can we see a good path while we're up here?
That job is for Megan. He is Pathfinder.
He's also really good.
I can show you. I can show you how we do it. Come with me, Kale. I'll show you how we did it, Kale. Come with me, Kale.
He's like grabbing Kale's hand and running out.
Oh my god! Well, let me go show you right now before you get me killed. Sorry, what were you saying?
I can never sleep again, just in case Kale talks to Taldro.
Kale feels a little bit more friendly toward Megan now too. She kind of like he's really amusing. Like I'm totally following you. Like
right, okay. What you want to do, right, is see where the horizon is, and just turn your eyes a little bit to the side because you get better light perception.
Okay.
What am I talking about? If you do that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go and have a look, see if I can find a trail. Squint to it helps.
Yeah, both of you give me perception checks here. The trail is pretty easy to find. Just for example, there's an elbow path, 23 and a 15. Jesus Christ, Kale is like fucking eyes of an elf, I guess. The trail's kind of like an elbow path here, where it's going, one's down that you just came from, that's cut off, and the one that goes up here at about 45 degrees, it's the one that leads up the mountain. And your little watchtower is like a little bit further back, but nestled on a small peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys start to go up, you get a much bigger and wider view of the area. Kale, with over a 20, you see the orc encampment, but you see a different side of it. From previously when you've been looking at it, you've seen like these large, tall, wooden kind of like thicket fencing, which is quite rare because there's no forests around. So there's these wooden like thicket fencing here with large poles, and you can actually for the first time see inside of the camp. I think from the height that you guys are up, you can see just a couple little like ant-like figures, some smoke from a large bonfire. You can see a forge maybe from the large billowing smoke. I think it's pretty easy to tell which one's the forge.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of a civilized society, maybe like a small, they don't look to be like fucking running around on giant like goblin machines. You can see some small, oddly shaped animals. They are big enough for you to tell that they are rats. Fucking large rats, gargantuan rats that are bigger than the ant-sized people, and they seem to be walking throughout the encampment. Giant ratatouilles.
Do I see a clear path to get there? Like, I figured being up here, we would have an advantage to see what the best way to get there would be.
I think there's a path that kind of wraps, maybe this path you're following goes up and maybe to the left, and you can see like off to your right that there is an eventual path. Like kind of you maybe just catch the glimpse behind like one of the peaks. You catch kind of a path, and it's like, okay, so there's definitely something over there, but you don't really know how to get to it.
Okay.
There is something that seems to lead south. Whether or not it goes directly down to the encampment or just follows the peaks, you guys don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna point that out to Megan.
There's the path. Goes right into the encampment.
Oh shit! kind of look at her like, how did she see that? That's like,
Yeah, as she points it out, you can see that like maybe just where you were standing a couple feet ahead, the snow is coming down really, really thick. And as she points it out, you kind of have to like look through and kind of trace through the snowflakes, and you can see like a small little glimpse of a path, like 30 feet that way, further south.
fucking hell, your eyes are bang tidy, innit?
Yes. Should should we get Taldro and the others?
Ah, yes, that's a good idea. So sorry for playing tricks on you.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's all right. No one's tried to play a trick on me in ever so long.
Oh. Oh. I think maybe a little pang of that awe is Megan. A little bit.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
She's defrosting the heart.
Well, then she'll take you for everything.
I'm sickly. I need about 1,000 gold.
Really weak little gold digger.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell, man.
If you just give me 1,000 gold now,
I'll be able to find my cure. I think we pan back a little hard switch over to Taldro and Catch here. Is Barnaby's still like he's kind of gone back to sleep, like Bigglesby. What are you guys doing?
Crying because I miss Bigglesby. Looking out, how easy is it to see the orc encampment that we're kind of aiming for, and what are other, I guess, easy to spot camps nearby as well? Like,
Me
we-
a perception check.
I can do
Finish your
that.
thought there, because I'd like to know what you're looking for specifically.
specifically would be seeing the camp that we're going for, but more keeping an eye on for any other smaller camps, anything that,
Thorns.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
Ben Peoples.
Go ahead, give me a perception roll. If you want to do the same, Taldro,
That's a
you can.
9.
No, I'm waking
Wow.
big. Barn will be up.
Okay, yep. We'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, you look across. You can't see the orc encampment. I think it's just a nice blanket of white. And I'll let you decide like how much experience you've had with snow and maybe the mountains, but whether or not this is your first time experiencing it, it's still very jarring. Like every time that you would experience this, looking out about 5 to 10 feet and seeing only white swirling around you, kind of a scary and weird feeling, especially since you're like 60 to 70 feet up on top of a mountain. But I think you can hear maybe like Kale and Megan's voice carrying from up above you. Might give you some solace, but you can't see shit, dude. It's white. It's like basic whiteout for you. Taldro. Oh, sorry. Taldro, you're waking up Barnaby. Yeah, he kind of rises. Oh yeah, sorry, fellas.
You're going now.
Do you think you could fix this? As he like points to his chest, there's like a little bit of blood coming out of his chest as he's like, I'm sorry, I kind of hurt yesterday or still today.
Are you
Do I hear this?
Kind of like spits out some blood. I don't think you hear it yet, but you hear the lies like.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that thing where you ever see that fucking it's like Andre the Giant puts his hand over the fucking guy's face.
The reporter's face or whatever, whoever it is.
I'm doing
Yeah.
that. And I'm gonna I think for the
Starts
first
coughing into your
time
hand.
in this whole campaign, I'm gonna lay on hands.
Hog.
I think it might be the
That's
first time.
I don't think that's the first.
might-
You lay on hands Miriam, the woman that gave you flowers. You lay
Yeah,
on
I
hands
did.
to her for like 2. Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing. I can't remember what it did before. I think it just fucking made my hand glow.
Yeah. Tell me if you want to. Yeah, if it made your hand glow, what other? Tell me how it looks.
I think it's the same thing, but maybe the light is different because before it was channeling it through Eldath, and now I'm channeling it through Kellenvor. So where maybe it had like a golden glow before, maybe it's just white now. I just fucking hold it over his face.
It's like
and
a dull gray. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just, and that's it.
I like that. Yeah.
And I'll I'll heal him
Kinda-
for 2.
2? Okay.
I don't know how bad he looks.
Wow, that was kind of like, you can see him like blinking his eyes. You know when you look into the sun too long, there's like the red and blue, like different colors and things. He's whoa, because he just had his eyes open and you went like right in front of his fucking eyes. He's oh wow.
I'll put
That
my
was-
gauntlet with my actual hand. I'll put my gauntlet back on. I'm not that much of a savage.
Yeah. Thanks, Taldro.
I do feel better.
Oh yeah, like you see as each cough now, like no, there's not like as much blood coming out with each cough. It doesn't seem to be any at like after a couple of moments. It seems like with each cough he displaces a little bit that was already there, and then after a couple moments as he starts to like you hear a couple as he like fully goes out, but no like actual pouring. I tell her I feel a lot better. Thank you so much.
When we rest again later, you should ask Kale to look you over. She is much better at these things than me.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. Come then.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Starts to like push himself up.
If I heard him carrying on like that, I'd
I
totally
think
say,
you would have only heard the one, but
but Barnaby, are you all right?
I think maybe like he comes up the slope there with Taldro. Maybe you guys eventually all set out, and maybe you heard him coughing, and he kind of lets out like and then you ask him that he's. Yeah, I am okay. Taldro actually gave me a little bit of healing there, and
Oh,
my
good.
chest feels a lot better. But
That's quite a cough.
yeah,
you have there.
yeah.
Would you like me to have a look?
Oh, that'd be fantastic there. Yeah. I'm fine though. I really.
You don't
Yeah.
sound fine.
You give
Sorry,
him
I'm gonna
once
have
over?
I'm gonna have a little look at him and see if I think that he could benefit from.
Yeah. Oh my God, is this actually the first time that we'll ever use this ability? Give me a medicine check.
I think it
I
might
wanna-
be.
I think you've actually used it once before to
18.
stabilize. Yeah, so you can see like there was maybe a small brooch he had that like when he hit, it like punctured a little bit. So it didn't maybe puncture as long, but it just kind of really delved in deep. So I think you can pretty easily find it. It's semi-closed over because of the healing from Taldro, but I think there's a little bit of blood, just a tiny bit of blood that like still, you scratch a scab and it just kind of like drips down about an inch. With every cough here, you can tell it's like, you can see the whole area kind of, every breath, it kind of is a little weird.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Yeah. Please. Wow, that's crazy. Look at that. You see my bone coming through. As he like falls back. He like, you see him just as he faints. He just faints. He fucking faints completely.
Right.
I don't know who catches him or if anyone does, but he.
I'll hold him if
Yeah,
anything.
okay, he falls back kind of into the cradle of your elbow there.
Oh,
Wow. Passes out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing too good. I'm gonna go ahead and cure wounds here. It's asking me what level to cast it at. Is the default good? It's just defaulting to 1.
Yeah. That's just if you want to if you ever want to give more health. Oh my God, did they fucking fix cure wounds, guys? Wow, they fixed it. It only does 1 roll. You heal 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huzzah.
Okay. So it used to do like 3 different numbers, remember?
Yeah.
So you heal 12. You heal 12 to Barnaby immediately. What does your magic look like as you're putting it kind of in bond?
It's that turquoise sort of
Yeah.
glowy.
Okay, kind of like blue G fuel, one might say.
There you go, like blue G fuel. Exactly.
As it kind of starts to spread out a little bit from your hands here and just almost like aggressively targets his chest. You see it like kind of spilling almost out of the cut, and then like a weird sparkly blue jello mixture that you shoved into somebody's wound. It starts to spill out a little bit and cleans up the blood a little bit, and then you see the wound actually close up, and he like. Oh my goodness! I feel 21 again. Holy!
I almost like shove him off my
Almost
hands,
let him,
he's
yeah.
like so much fucking energy, just like kind of like just toss him out, just
He kind of like the fucking Undertaker, make. I feel like a new gnome. Oh my goodness! Wow. This will put away all those years of the pipe that I smoked. My goodness! Wow. I feel like a new gnome there, Gil.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sorry I fell asleep when you were hurting. I was exhausted.
It's no worries, sir. It's nothing I have. Spits out some blood. Gone through before.
Maybe I better.
I am good. I feel ascended, as one might say.
Okay.
I'm walking out.
You're walking out? Yeah. All right. You start to continue down this path. And I think that's where we end the session. Yes, Pumpkinberry, that was a real cough. I think that's where we kind of axe the session there. Is you, Taldro, kind of impatient and just starts to kind of push forward. We came up to our 3 hours here. We've had Kesh for 20 minutes today.
Yay!
Loving the chat. It's
Really
on.
great.
I am glad that you got to come back for it.
Yeah, power went out like out of nowhere. Half of LA was
Fucking
black. It was
unreal.
ridiculous.
Yeah, sure, whatever. We believe you.
I
Don't
did
watch
that
the
while I
VOD
drank
Thursdays.
Don't watch the
Alright.
VOD.
The
What's
accursed
it?
Listen,
Thursdays.
All right. Today was cursed, my friends, but we made through it.
We made it.
We
We
did.
made it. We
Barnaby almost
walked out
didn't,
on the other
so we-
side. Barnaby almost died. You guys don't know. There's kind of like a curse to our Thursday campaign here. Like no matter what, something has always come up. So
Yep.
I've had a lot of time off. Like last week, I just went to the doctors for the regular checkup, and they were like, "Go to the fucking ER." I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, all right.
We
I'll
call
spend
it
8 hours
accursed
there.
Thursdays. It's always something.
Yep.
So we even had some things happen today, but we made it through it. I hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
the session. Hashtag they will persevere. We're gonna do a quick round of shout outs, but I want to thank you guys for being so patient with the campaign. Genuinely, we would have played last week if I didn't go to the fucking ER. From here on out through 2019, hopefully, unless Zonk doesn't get his shit together,
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
So your life out,
Fine.
Zod, so he can get a new PC, okay? Because he gets some CPU.
Subzot.
and maybe a new
Stop
life. He needs one.
Pressure. Oh, I just poked myself in
Maybe
the eye.
he could get a new life. Oh wait, he can't get a new one.
Wow.
He didn't
Yeah,
have one in the
wizard.
first place.
Oh.
new
Oh,
life.
roasted. What's up?
Move to
Ba,
Canada.
ba,
There's only
ba.
coffee in this.
Ba,
So
ba, 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 ba.
Rude. Super rude.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching RagTags. Thank you everyone for
Whack tags.
WagTags.
WagTags.
Thanks for
Whack,
watching
whack,
WagTags.
whack tags is next week. We're
I
doing
agree
whack
with
tags
WagTags.
over for
Post
1
a
week.
1 in the chat if you agree with Pumpkinberry that Brad is such a bitch. And let's go around the table, starting with Zotbot. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you do it, my friend?
I do
More
streamer
like,
things.
what are you? Look at that face. What the fuck's
He
going on,
gets a
bro?
G Fuel sponsorship, and this is what he does with it. This is what he does with it. Just abuse. The back end is right there, Brad. That's
It's
what-
in his contract.
He was just waiting. He was just waiting to get that sponsorship.
Yeah, he got the sponsorship now he's
you
just big man on
changed,
campus.
man.
I can do anything I want.
I'm the
You
biggest nerd now. I
changed.
can mess
I
up.
can smell colors.
God. But hi everybody. Name is Zapbot. I do things and stuffs and things. Just completed actually a brand new batch of emotes. My
Mhm.
own emotes, and it's
Wow.
actually really weird to
Yours?
say that I did that. So if you want to go check them out, they're pretty much been all over the chat. And yes, one of them does look like a penis. Thank you, Brad.
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. I wish it was Zotpeen. Like, I wish that was the pretty
Gonna be
one.
Zotpeen.
Zotpeen is what it's called in my head.
It's my pog.
/subscribe.
There it is.
Zot
If you
pog.
guys want some awesome emotes
Please.
that I did myself, there you
Just
go.
go get them fucking
Um,
emotes right
yeah.
now.
But yeah, if anything, we're also going to be probably diving into, I think, Oblivion once again, because that addiction is way too real.
Buy
And-
a soda, buy a soda, buy a soda.
Sora.
It's the grand champion.
I've never played Oblivion. Does that freak
It's
you
a
out?
Don't play without
Mommy.
mods, Brad. You
Isn't
will
that
hate it.
insane?
Okay.
I'm actually playing it without mods right now.
The mods don't actually matter.
Yeah, but you
Just
probably-
Yeah, oh, for Brad.
He's
I know
probably
Brad.
I feel like
means
Brad
me.
would know Brad.
never
The mods.
just Brad. Here's what you do. Here's
I
what you
feel
do.
like he'd dig the game though.
So you go into the cheats, like the like TCS or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Okay. And whenever you get to any of the Oblivion zones, max your speed out, like your athletics, to 999, and so you run really fast, and you get through those shitty zones really quick, and then the rest of the game you're fine.
That's what I did in Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was the best thing ever. And then there was a
That sounds like you're
goddamn
a smart man.
there was a mission where you have to avoid the bombs, and I just walked through before they could load. Like it was the best.
I mean,
That's fucking great.
Brad playing Oblivion. I would. Yeah,
That'd
that
Oh,
was
yeah.
dope
All
as hell.
right,
I
I'll
think
play
Brad should
Oblivion.
get
I'll
into
get
that.
on Nexus for you, Brad. You
It'd be epic.
need some modern day.
I will
mods.
play Oblivion
Okay,
and I'll
sure.
let Peachy mod it out. But
Good.
it will come at a price, Peachy. I will have my FOV at the most minimum amount.
Tunnel vision
Fuck.
times 10.
Fuck that, man.
That's your
I
options.
feel like the
Yeah.
ultimate price is like it comes at a price though. PewDiePie will tweet out your channel like fuck.
No, man. No, man.
Delete it then. Fuck.
Fuck that shit. No,
I
I
assure
feel like
you,
I've
it's
learned
the
I do
worst.
not want that.
No,
Yeah,
you
Gwen
don't.
wants that.
Never, dude.
You don't.
My little brother was like, hey, you should collab with Brad Wodo. And I was like, okay, hey, buddy, I do on a fucking weekly basis. And I know why you're telling me that. And I don't want those people. I don't want those people.
I don't want this.
Well,
I
this
thought
is
I
why-
wanted this, but I don't want
This
this.
is why I always feel guilty when I raid people. And then if I don't do it, people are in my chat like, why don't you raid anyone? I'm like, because they actually don't want it. I don't get to be
You
a
don't
part.
understand.
You
People
don't
don't
get
like
it.
you guys.
I don't like Brad. It's weird. I
They
don't.
only like
the worst.
PewDiePie, and they just fucking scour the internet like, PewDiePie here? Hey, is Felix here?
Duh.
It's Felix. Felix.
To be honest, it was actually quite nice. We just celebrated my 6-year anniversary streaming on Twitch. I think it was like last week. And Brad came in and showed some love and whatnot. And they were actually kind human beings.
To be honest,
It was nice.
By the time my
Yeah.
stream ends, in all honesty, they're actually okay because I've fucking
Yeah.
attacked them like a fucking wild fucking Rottweiler. Just like you see, they come in like, "Hey, welcome to my house," and I'm there like, "Yeah, you fucking get the fuck out," and they just fucking leave.
Yeah, dude.
So
I'm pretty
by
sure
the
I walked into
end,
Brad's chat today and he said, "Wow, Jay looks like a fucking log got rolled up in a carpet and they put a wig on it." And I was like, I didn't even get it, but I was like, "I love you too, buddy." I
watched a podcast just before I started streaming today where they were just roasting each other for a fucking hour, and then my stream started and Jay came in and I was like,
You're like, I got this.
that's all it was.
God.
So I'm just heavily influenced by like whatever I watch before I stream. That's all it is. Yeah, by the end of my streams, usually they're okay. And I often do stuff where, like, just before I raid, I'm like, by the way, if you get banned in their channel, you automatically get banned in mine.
The classic Brad disclaimer at
And
the
then
end of the
I'll-
stream.
Classic.
So usually, it works, is legit in this channel, by the way. If you get
That's
banned
amazing.
in here, you get banned
Yeah,
over there.
if you get banned in Brad's chat, you get
My,
vice
my
versa.
mods actually ban people when you bring them over, and he said, "I was banned in your channel, Brad." And my mods are like, "Ban!"
I fucking love watching it happen because they come, like I host Peachy or something, and then they go Brad, because that's when they at me because they know I'm there. Like,
Yeah.
Brad,
Yeah.
can you
Yeah.
unban me? And I'm like,
Yeah.
you fucking what the fuck, dude? Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of my.
Oh, you fucking slag mate. Message Cugio.
Yeah. Message Noodle. Noodle, literally, he sits them down and tells them why they got banned. He sits them down and he's like,
fucking
these are the
beautiful, man.
social skills you don't have and you need to learn.
There's a lot of mods that do that too. Like, my mod keeps that bot of it. So, like, when they're like, "Can I get unbanned?" He's like, "You literally said
You
Jay
said.
is a rapist and should die."
yeah.
That was your first thing that you said in the chat.
Yeah.
Why do you think got banned? Because the mods hate me. All right, and you're staying banned.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Because you're a blah, blah.
mods.
Because you're racist. That's
Yeah.
what.
The mods are horrible people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yep.
I love my son.
It's always the mods, you know. Or they always give you the excuse. I was going through this on my stream as well. So they give you an excuse. They come to me on Twitter and they're like, "All I said was, I don't like this game." And I'm like, I don't know if that is a thing. And then I'm like, tell me your
That's a
Twitch
bit off.
name. And I go, I
That's
click
fair.
on it, and I'm like, your Twitch name is blah blah blah. I go into the chat logs, which I have for both this channel and mine, thanks Cugio.
Yeah.
And it just comes up with just like a slew of shit, you know, just like racism, homophobia, and then I'm like,
That
yeah.
was my brother on
Oh,
my
you
account.
only said this one thing? Oh, did you? No.
Yeah, you only said an entire ethnicity should
No,
die.
that was my
That's
little
way.
brother.
Yeah.
Honest.
That was-
They're like, and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that I said," or whatever, dude. Whatever.
Right.
So, anyways, guys, that was Zot. How about Tuesday?
Wow, I'll turn it over to someone. Peachy. Hi guys, I'm Tuesday Gray. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Tuesday Gray, where I will be streaming hopefully again soon when my internet is not broken. But I will always be occasionally, probably once every 3 years, tweeting like a middle-aged white lady. Over to you, Peachy.
Whoa.
Can we
also
rewind on that real quick?
Sorry.
I just
No.
what the fuck was
Because I
that?
hear the thing, and I
No,
don't
we're
think you
good.
said the thing I hear.
I don't think I
Nothing.
said anything.
What was that?
Middle-aged.
Well, how
and
about
white
you, Peachy?
about
Could you tell
Tuesday.
us about you?
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Peachy. I'm a Scorpio. I enjoy weeks on the beach. Weeks,
Yeah.
literal weeks.
You look like you've been on the beach for a little bit.
yeah. You don't look like you've ever been to a beach in your life. And you
didn't say
also
it was
don't.
clear out. It might have been like one of those rocky beaches where it's like.
I live in Wales,
No,
Brad.
no,
This is
no.
a beach life.
Yeah,
Look at
you
it.
don't. You look like you should
Dude, he
never
goes to
go
the
on a
beach to
beach.
tan, and it starts raining the second they all go to tan there.
You look like you should never go on a beach. Okay, you look like you need to fucking CrossFit for at
Come on
least
my
once.
I actually hate sand, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's rough and coarse and it gets everywhere.
Just shut the fuck up.
Thanks, Brad.
You'll get
Yeah,
your
follow me.
Look at his hoodie.
Pixelate. I don't like the beach, and I can't stay walks. And if enough people watch me, I will make a Zopine emote. I'll do it.
Please go watch that,
And-
man. I actually want a peen emote. All right.
Peachy just got a really
And
dope rebrand,
Peachy.
so you guys should go watch it, okay?
Not to
And
mention,
Peachy.
not to mention the tunes that have come out of that net.
And
Oh my
Peachy.
You
god,
guys wanna
Peachy's
hear some
forgetting
Peachy
something.
tunes?
so fucking good. I was listening to it. I think it was actually the same 6 songs. I think it was literally for 3 hours, and I didn't.
Since Nights, which is available now on Spotify, and you can
Wow.
use it.
And
Wow,
Peachy,
It's
why are you forgetting like the main thing? He's engaged, everybody. Congratulations!
And pregnant.
and pregnant.
Peachy's also in a couple other shows
So,
here on
there
the
you
what's
go.
it, you know what you call it, Tablestory. That's what it's called. You also made a song out of chainsaws.
I did make a song out of chainsaws.
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
I don't like that. No,
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
like
turn
that
it
one
up,
bit.
turn
I'm
it
gonna
up right
close.
now.
Just give it a listen here for a second there.
Oh my God.
This you should have thrown this over to Whack, man. This is like literally Whack's like intro for a character.
Said you wanted a Canadian song. I put chainsaws in it. All right.
Chainsaws and Harry Potter, man. That works.
You can't hear syrup, so it had to be.
Going on,
chainsaws.
Mr. Brad.
God
In the
damn.
background, it's just like a.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy coming at you fresh. What the fuck is that? Is that a Tuesday Grey emote? You're still subscribed to Tuesday Grey in the chat? What the hell? How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night, Tuesday? What the fuck? People still subscribe to
what's
you?
funny, Tuesday? Your emote, your heart emote is the most recognizable heart emote I've ever seen.
It's so good.
Really?
Very much so.
Because it's just, well, yeah, I mean, it looks like a bunch of 4-year-olds drew it, right? So
Yeah. I did draw it, so that's why it looks like it.
Oh, that's
Hey.
even
it's a lot more
savage.
unique than everything that I've seen. So.
Dude, that was fucking mean, dude. What the fuck, dude?
I'm sorry, Brad. I've been watching your stream for the past
God damn. Fuck it out.
I can't even follow it up.
Oh, I could. There was like 4 things that I just ejected immediately from my brain there.
Insult,
The
insult,
fucking
insult.
jokes come in. I was talking about this today where I'm like, get rid of that. Next one. Just don't say anything, Brad. For fuck's sake, just don't say anything. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Tuesday Bot coming at you fresh from Wales in Canada. If you wanna watch my stream, I'm bringing donations back tomorrow. I haven't had them on for like a year.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you want to give me some money, because I really need it, probably the most out of everyone here. Probably.
Probably
Yeah,
at least a
definitely.
little bit.
I probably spent more on my stream than everyone here combined on Twitch in total.
Yeah, okay.
I built a
Yeah,
speech.
okay.
I know these things.
Wow, you should really follow Brad. He's really humble, guys.
Yeah, so I'm probably like the realest guy on Twitch. I'm probably the realest guy on
Probably.
Twitch.
Every other word is probably.
I'm totally grabbing that and throwing it up on Twitter.
Jay, we got the clip. We got the clip.
Yeah.
Last time.
Yeah.
We got it.
I'm in like the top 5. So yeah.
All right.
If you want to watch my stream again, I never recommend it. Instead, why not stick around here? Tomorrow there is episode 1 of a show.
Yes.
Called Halcyon Unbound. You know the other day when you fucked up on Monday, you were like, you almost called it Identity Crisis.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
He was like, there's a new show. It's called Halcyon Unbound. And I did the exact same thing on Darkfire. I was like, there's a new show called Halcyon City. Nope, that's the setting. It's called Halcyon Unbound tomorrow night. So if you want to get in on episode 1 or something, then tomorrow is the time. Jay's in it, Pumpkinberry's in it, Goobers, Domestic Dan, and Vio. Fucking get that fucking
You
name
can only do
out.
that 3 times because she'll hear the 4th and fuck.
Wait, that penguin motherfucker?
Get that fucking name.
If you guys want to check it out tomorrow, I play a character named Achilles. It's very lame and absolutely fits.
Okay,
It's what
there
you
we
think
go.
it is. It's Brad Pitt.
Oh hell yeah, Brad Pitt in fucking Incredibles. He was in that, right?
Yeah, definitely. As the baby. Yeah.
Brad Pitt was in the fucking Incredibles, wasn't he? He was the fucking superhero.
No, he wasn't.
Wait.
Was he actually?
Which superhero?
The fucking super smiley guy. Is it Incredibles? I don't watch those movies, okay? I don't have a
Do you
heart.
mean? Wait, Incredibles. Like
Master fucking the one
Master. Oh.
Oh.
where... See, that's how little I have attention. They're all the same. There was a fish in Incredibles,
I love
right?
you too, random internet citizen.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
The Incredibles was about the fish. All right? They can't remember anything. I know what it's about. So,
okay. Thanks for watching RagTags.
Thanks so much
everybody.
for watching. I'm
Go
running the
follow
outro.
everybody.
It's out. It's going.
Everybody I
The
missed.
outro's going.
You know what? There's
The
me.
outro's going.
Will
The
be
outro's
on
going.
tomorrow's.
The
Goodbye.
outro's going.
Goodbye.
We're
Thank you for
done.
watching.
We're done here.